Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I'm going to count myself down. 1, 2, 3. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Forget We Said That. This is the podcast where you have to forget that we said that. My name is Relytan. I have a Twitch channel. I have a Discord. And the links are in the description. Please introduce yourselves, my co-hosts.
I'm
at
Alyssa
Legion Lion.
Oh, sorry.
We do it at the same time.
You go first then.
At Legion Lion on everything.
At Alyssa Riot on Twitch.
Thank you. That was great. We're still getting into practice. I love this. I believe last time I might have recorded into my webcam. That might be something that Legion had to do. I thought I'd drop that bomb right here.
So I kind of figured.
But the good thing about that is that you have to forget I said that. So I guess today I think I saw in the.
Oh wait, can I go first?
Oh yeah, well, right, yeah. We have some things lined up. We do have some housekeeping to do. Legion can go first, and I have some updates too for some other things that we've talked about. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and we have the pregame housekeeping. What do you want to say, Legion?
Okay, so you guys know I've been following Alveus as like a conservation channel on Twitch.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of them. It's made me change my thinking about food and all that. And off randomly, I was watching a stream and like the owner said like, oh, I might be going to TwitchCon. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Maybe I'll see them around Vegas. And she was like, oh, actually, the cool part is that like some of the staff are going too. And I'm like I'm a huge fan. I like know all the staff. I know all the animal names. I'm like, huh. All the staff are going too, and they're like, and we're probably gonna do a meet and greet. I really didn't expect this to happen, but I contacted Twitch, and they're trying to get something going. And then like now I'm thinking I might get a Saturday pass for TwitchCon now, just to go visit them.
Cool. I watch them too. Yeah.
And it's just like I was like, oh man, like I don't think any of the people I wanted to see were gonna go to Vegas and do a meet and greet, but I definitely want to go down to see them.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Because I'm a huge fan of them.
Right.
Speaking of Vegas, though, I was looking at like some of ways to promote the podcast and like how to do social media posts and all that. And I switched over to Buzzsprout to like try to figure out how the statistics work and where I can like look at where our audience comes from. And I look, and we have 15 downloads from our podcast from Vegas. So I don't know if you guys have family out there that you've been sharing out there. I haven't promoted it at all except my friends and family group. But I just think it's crazy that we have like 15 people who just randomly found us that are like in the Vegas area that downloaded our podcast. So thank you guys if you guys are watching or listening.
For sure. I didn't know we were getting so much reach. Let's go.
Alicia, if that's you, I love you, dude.
Yeah. Got it on that loop. That's awesome. Is there any other housekeeping you guys have?
No, I just thought it was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a cool coincidence or something brewing, something cooking in Vegas. What are they cooking?
They're waiting for us.
They are.
Well, we did have had an update, I guess, on like what our episode 0 is that our Colleen Bollinger episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much you guys have been keeping up. It's probably not much.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is there is like an update that is coming out that could be at least something that like would be good to like kind of not recap, but just kind of get kind of caught up to the recent drama, because there would be something that is dropping soon. It's kind of interesting. I just think it's interesting because this whole drama has been really, really long and complicated. But there was this one victim that did, what is it? Like a few people came forward to begin with, and one of them is named Johnny, and it seems like he got caught up in kind of fibbing about a lot of what he was what was going down, and it was funny because he accused Colleen's ex-husband of like abuse, and his name I had forgotten in the original podcast. Which is fortuitous, but his name is Joshua David Evans, and
that's right.
Yeah, and it's funny because I forgot his name, but I was like, oh, but he did stuff too. But then I will retract that. He didn't do stuff too, or he didn't may not have done as much as Johnny would have originally led you to believe. And so somebody did a kind of an expose on Johnny, who's been also doing like documentaries on YouTube, and their name is Swoop, SWOOP. And in part, they did 2 parts about Colleen, and then the third part is like a Johnny expose, and it's kind of interesting. But in the 4th part, she's gonna have a interview with Josh, so Colleen's ex-husband. So that's gonna be basically this whole spiel. I'm sorry to drag it on. Is that pretty soon that interview will be coming out. And I think that'll be that's going to be like the biggest tea spill ever, which is kind of funny.
I am interested in that because he probably has a lot more to say.
Right. So it's like it's kind of something where it's like as long as you know like those details, it might be easy to jump in. Maybe I'll link it when it comes out. I should have linked the video that came out about Johnny, but it wasn't like that interesting. But the interview part of Josh, I think that'll be a really cool part.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll link it in the thing. We might not go over it, but it'll at least be something where now you're caught up with like what's going to be happening in the next part of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything since. Since
it's been pretty boring. It's been pretty boring. Again, it's not even. Yeah, it's not the biggest deal ever, but it's just such a fascinating situation that I just like to keep up with it. But that's about it.
The more that gets revealed, though, is like hilarious.
Yeah.
Every time something new gets revealed.
Yeah.
It always cracks me up.
Yep. Yeah, that should be a fun interview, but until then, stay tuned.
Yeah.
But that's all for that housekeeping. I think, I don't know if somebody wanted to introduce the segment that we want to explore. I guess it was kind of Alyssa's idea, not to put everything on you, but I'll throw it over to Alyssa.
Okay. Well, so I was falling asleep to one of Legion's streams, as I usually do, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And he was playing Cult of the Lamb, which is, I haven't played it myself, but it's a really cute game. And it gave me the idea of, starting your own cult. Like, what are the things that a person would do? And I guess after doing some research online, it's relatively easy because there's so many people in the world that are, like, lost and looking for answers, and for lack of better words, people can be stupid and they fall into things that are just outrageous, right? So I went on a deep dive and found a list on WikiHow, which I will link to Legion so he can put it at the bottom of the podcast and people can look at it. And since cults are illegal, right, they use really positive examples. And on WikiHow, it's like, if you wanted to start a cult about Star Trek just to make friends and make everything positive, it's like this, right? So I thought it would be funny for us to come up with our own make-believe cults. And at the end, I will tell you guys my brother's idea that is horrendous, but it would also work. Like, it would work, right?
Oh, that's kind of what I was planning on. Yeah, I would have a plan myself, but sure.
Yeah.
We'll go through
We were just spitballing one day, and he was like, what about this? And we just kept, like, adding on to it, talking on the phone, cracking up. And I was like, oh, my God, I think this would actually be a thing, especially in California, you know, so... Wow. What do you guys know about cults in general? Like, this is my forte. I listen to like true crime. I've been learning about serial killers and cults like my whole life. You guys have heard of like Jim Jones and Heaven's Gate, the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've gone down those rabbit holes several times.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people have, and you've heard about like in Waco and all that, right? In Texas and. Yeah, they're Charles Manson, the Manson family. Yeah. So you guys can kind of see, like, the main... Yeah, in California. Happens a lot here. The main theme is there's one person, right? There's one person that kind of brings everybody together slowly with, like, one idea. And it's very innocent in the beginning. Like, it's not dead ass, like, we're gonna drink this and go to space, you know, when we're dead. It starts off kind of wholesome. Like, Charles Manson, everybody loved him. Like, everybody thought he was, like, this charismatic and friendly guy, and, you know, he just wanted to be, like, a hippie, right? And get people to, like, express their freedoms, and it was really, really good until it started to get really, really bad, i.e. the murders, you know?
Right.
So anyway.
Slightly bad.
You know those things.
You know. Those things. Well, you know, until he died a few years ago, he always held his innocence, that he never actually physically murdered anybody, and that was, like, the big thing, right? They were like, you directed people to do it. But just think about the power that people hold, right?
Right.
Okay, let me go to my page.
Funny enough, like, one of my favorite rap groups called the Suicide Boys, like, all their album art is, like crime scene photos from cults.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Have you seen them? They're fucking terrifying. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they're bizarre.
Okay. So it says, the things that you should know. Center your cult around an obsession that can help and benefit others in the long run. Organize your cult by picking a leader, creating rules, finding a place to gather, and developing a slogan. Carefully evangelize about your cult and gradually grow your membership. Continue to focus on the object of your cult's obsession and how it can benefit others' lives. Okay, so step 1, everybody. Choose a subject or activity that improves your life. What do you guys think?
Subject or activity that improves your life.
Is this what we're basing the cult around?
Yes, each individual.
Ooh, okay.
So,
well, okay.
Oh, okay. I think I have one. Exercise.
Exercise? Okay.
So I got your yoga cults.
Oh, yeah. Those are crazy. And it always ends up being, like, a sex thing, you know?
Of course. It always does.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of, like, my basis for it is, like, influencer, like, gym culture. Because that in itself is, like, a cult. So I think exercise is, like, a good baseline. Nothing's wrong here just yet.
Just exercise is good for you.
Can't spell
protein every day.
Can't spell gym culture without cult.
That's true. What about you, Aqua?
Well, here's my thought is that I kind of had like a little bit of a thought process already forming, and I will say it actually is also inspired by some of how I played Cult of the Lamb. I have played it. I haven't beat it. I'm not a pro gamer like Legion, but ironically,
beat last week.
Yeah, but but it's funny because, well, I guess that kind of leads into it. Is that, I mean, yeah, if I'm gonna start building a cult, and I guess this does answer the question, you know, in a roundabout way. I don't think this isn't really an honest answer, but I would build my cult around, like, because there is a cult it's Cult of the Lamb called, like, the gamer cult. You know, and this is kind of will lead into, like, my idea of, like, the cult of what I would do in a cult, or to lead a cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if this is what we're doing, we're building the cult. I'm gonna build the one that I would talk about how I would build one. So it's gonna be like a gamer cult. So so gaming is the answer to the question.
Gaming. Okay. Let's see. I think I would go off of sun worship, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And just because, like, yeah, there are health benefits, you know, if you're not out there for too long, but I feel like it's like a, you know, I don't know, holistic bohemian answer, right? Like, people would be like, sun worship? Yeah. You know? I was
just reference, like, the pagans and, like, they pick the sun.
Exactly. I was just
the old ways.
The old ways, right? It's like the best medicine for you, the most natural thing ever. It's outside, it's free. But I feel like these subjects are really good, and they could take a sinister turn, right? Because at the end of the day, cults are never fan clubs or book clubs or anything like that, right? So as we get into it, I feel like my brother wants everything to be bad. He was helping me write this out, and he was just like, it has to be, you know, good on the outside, but on the inside, everything is going to start to turn really dark. So I'm trying to think, because at the end of the day, these leaders, they get the power, right? And then they end up wanting sex and money and just power, right? Okay, so.
Right.
Okay.
I have some questions on that front.
Yes.
First of all, do you guys go to war with, or was it like what about the moon cultists? Like, where do they fit into the sun worshippers?
Moon cultists. I don't
just
know.
like, would there be a war?
A religious war.
Maybe.
Well,
do they worship the moon, or do they want to live there?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. They like the moon as much as you like the sun. So is there like a war of the celestial bodies?
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because each leader is so, each leader believes that their way is the one way, right? The true way. Like, the sun has more benefits than the moon, right? It's out longer, probably.
But I would argue
the sun has chosen me. I'm the spokesperson for the sun.
Yeah, I have a direct link to the sun. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess, that's kind of a jokey question, but there is kind of a more serious thing of, I guess it can apply to the sun or the moon. There are like thoughts of or schools of thought where people say, like, the sun is embodies all the elements of a Cthulhu type monster. Like you can't look right at it. It's always it's a large object that you can't look at. That's always like, it can give you cancer. And it's like,
right.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it embodies almost everything of those types of Lovecraftian
yes,
gods.
yes.
And the moon arguably could too. I know me and Legion are a big fan of the of some of these, like
Channel 58.
Yeah, Channel 58, where it's
shout out
of the moon coming alive, hatching a monster.
No, that's a good thing to bring up, because and my brother and I, Gary, we were talking about this too. Like, as the leader, you have to come up with like rebuttals, right? Because people are constantly going to come at you, like,
with questions,
right. So you have to be able to like come up with something like, oh no, the sun's better than the moon, and you're damn right you can't look at the sun because, or I could say, as the leader, I can look at the sun without my eyes burning because I'm worthy, and other people naturally can't because they're not me, That it's like, it's physically there. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
My retinas are probably fucking fried.
Just like, I'm burned out.
But,
seeing dots all over the place.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Talking to the wall, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Go ahead.
Okay, I'd say like the high priestess. She's the one that's been staring at the sun. She's the her retinas are burned out. That's how you ascend.
Right, and like everyone else wears sunglasses but me,
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't need to, obviously. Yeah, so Gary and I were talking about stuff like that. Like, you have to make it like that, and the true believers are the ones that stick with you. Like, take for example, like the Mormon faith, where they say Joseph Smith looked into a hat and read the plates because he was the only one that was able to, and he was the only person that heard this and that. It's like, you have to kind of like go off of that. So keep that in mind, right? Because we are the leaders of our faith, right? And each one of us, at some point, we're going to have to come together and be like, this is why my faith is better,
Oh, better? Okay, well, all right.
Yeah, more
Sounds
beneficial.
Good. Oh.
Let's see. Choose a subject or activity that you are passionate about. So that kind of goes into, okay, so like with sun worship, I would say, it would be standing outside, right? Like,
Right.
What would I have them do? Like, go and stand in the sun and like say prayers or something like that?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Have them lay out.
Yeah.
Spread.
And as time goes on, I could be like, the less clothes, the better,
Yeah.
Well, wow, we know what Alyssa
The more sunburnt or more tan you get is like a sign of like status.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I'm like, if you're tan and I can't tan, that's the problem, right? So
Yeah.
I'm the only one secretly wearing sunscreen. I smell like banana boat, but I'm like, I would
Yeah.
never. Yeah.
Face is all shiny and all that.
Yeah, I would never
sprayed.
block my savior from my skin, you know.
Oh, that's for moon worshippers.
Yeah. I don't know, what would you guys do for yours?
Activity. Well, I feel like there's a lot. There's a more toxic culture around weightlifting in particular. I feel like
Mhm.
more than running and all that. So I think like that's the avenue to get into. Like you gotta wake up like at 6 a.m. or whatever. You know, like grind culture. Kind of sell it like grind
Yeah.
culture.
That's so
Or you gotta
healthy.
do like certain reps. Yeah, certain reps like before a certain time, and like that's your peace time. That's your prayer time. Is when you're
Mm.
lifting.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to continue building this cult up. Like I say, it's kind of loosely based on the gamer cult from the Cult of the Lamb, but it would be like, I think the direction I would take it in is like the activity would be getting like I don't say winning games, but like getting the most points. I think it'd be like it's it's very ethereal, just like any other belief system, right? Like there'll be a point system, a gamified
Like off
kind of.
achievements,
Yeah,
like
it would
that.
be a gamified.
Like
I
most
guess this
achievements.
is where I dropped the bomb. It's like a gamified like cult, right? Where you have to like
Mm.
get the most points, and like it gets just really
Mhm.
addictive because you have to like you get uh uh yeah, rewards and achievements, right? The like the more
Mhm.
kind of like Scientology, really,
Mm.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I'm paying this next tier. Okay, now I get to read like one more book. But like, I don't need to do it with money necessarily. Like, it would be easier to do it with like fake currency. Like, if you're really just
Mm.
wanting to build a cult, you could if you just control the market of these points. You know what I mean? Like, it would be really
Mm.
easy to dole this stuff out to get people real uh, 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 reliant on it for their serotonin.
Oh
Would it be
yeah.
like more of like a gamba thing? You
Yeah, it'd be a
think,
gamba.
or
It would be like a gamified cult. Yeah. So get the
Okay.
most points. That's the goal. And like, and
Get
if
the
you do
most
that, you'll
points.
become enlightened.
Okay, so that's the benefit, because the next thing it says, pick something you think will benefit others. So, like for me, the sun worship, I'm like, you're getting vitamin D and it reduces depression and you look better when you're tan, obviously, So,
Right.
Yes.
often
Yeah,
cults.
I guess
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I guess for me it would be like, yeah, you look physically better. You have muscles now.
It's healthy.
Like now you fit in like you fit in like in the attractive person category now. Like you should
Mhm.
feel better because now you look better.
There are some.
Yes.
And mine is like you're on the leaderboard. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what you'd
Mm.
see.
That
You know what I
feels
mean?
good.
Yeah, it feels good. Oh, well, and for photosynthesis, I like that because I think this might not be true, but I like to think it is because it makes me want to eat more vegetables. But like I heard like people would like if you eat enough vegetables that the chloroform or whatever in them can like be in your blood and they could actually provide energy to you. If you eat enough and like if you know what I mean, like if you have enough of that running through you, like
Huh.
like you could be in the sun and technically those cells are like producing energy in your body.
Huh. I'll have to use
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, I think
I
yeah,
wonder if like
it's
it actually produces calories or if it's just producing energy for the cells in particular.
right. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like it's a
Hmm.
very low like level of if there is any. Like I thought I read that it was somewhat plausible that like some of the cells could be providing energy, but it might just be as local as like just to the local cells or whatever. But
Mm.
Mm.
it's an interesting thing. It has just enough truth to it
Yeah.
to work in a cult,
I believe you.
indoctrination. Yes, I know. I just made that up. No, I'm just kidding. I think
Put
I
it on
read
the
that.
pamphlet, Alyssa.
Yeah, he's
Put
my
it on the pamphlet.
what's it called? The sergeant on Cult of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping
Yeah,
up with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I embed
Like
myself into innocent
when they're in the
Becca.
pooper, like, hey,
Yeah.
you just stand out in the sun real quick.
Yeah, it'll make you feel better. Okay. It says often cults are manipulative psychological enterprises organized by a single charismatic individual. They're organized to seem as if the good of the group is the goal of the cult, when in actuality, all activities are designed to benefit the leader of the cult. Jonestown, the Heaven's Gate, and the Manson family are perhaps all tragic examples of this. Yes. So there are, let's see, it says learn as much as possible, forming a group. There are cults, like active ones now in California, that they do have a goal in mind. Like, I'm trying to think of one that's a really good example. I can't quite remember what it is. But I know a lot of faiths to, like, take a, what's it called? Like the fundamentalists or whatever, like they'll have like a food storage, right? Mm-hmm. So they have people like farming and stuff like that, and then they like learn how to can preserves and do all that, and they have this huge underground bunker that's like full for, you know, the rapture, you know, like the end. And you know what? King of the Hill had a really good example too when Luann fell into a cult. And they would starve the people, right? They'd never let the girls eat, and they were making them can preserves, like, or jar jellies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you get so hungry, right? You stick around, and they make you believe all these things because you're not thinking straight. So there's an idea too. Yeah. So you could like make people work out, but not let them get like their full intake of calories. So how would I do that with the sun?
I know, I'm angry when I don't get to eat afterwards.
Hell yeah. Okay. It says to choose a leader. Obviously, that's us. Mm-hmm. Establish the rules of the cult. So it says, focus especially on the issue of how you'll use this to transform your lives for the better. The difference between a Star Trek cult and a Star Trek fan club isn't necessarily the fervency of your adoration for Star Trek, but how you use that fervency to change your life. It's helpful to write up these documents, but probably leave the word cult off of things. You don't want to give people the wrong idea. Okay, so rules. Who wants to go first? I'm thinking of mine.
Let's see. I think you have to be up before 6 a.m.
Okay.
All right. You have to skip lunch. Let's see. You need to post about your workout, like on Twitter or whatever social media. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And you have to like lift more than you think you can. Let's see. Whoa. What else would be a good one? They would all have to come to my gym. That'd be our location. And at least have to pay like some sort of entrance fee because we got to pay for the gym somehow.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like harsher ones, but you guys go.
Okay. I can try to throw some out there. Like for instance, I guess if we're gamifying it, I mean it has to be an app. I think so. You have to have the app, and you have to you have to connect your credit card, or at least to get points, you're gonna have to. I guess, you know, play to win kind of thing. You know, you have to at least pay at least the download fee, or maybe I mean, it should be probably free to download, but yeah, like there's definitely going to be that pay to win aspect somewhere in it. But you have to have the app, and location wise, it's very decentralized. So, you know, I think that's a good way to go about it. You know, it's kind of it's a digital arena. I think in the gamer cult, in Cult of the Lamb, I think the ultimate nirvana was just like uploading yourself into a digital world, which, you know, I think that works as a good like endpoint. So I guess the rule is do whatever you can. You have to have the app, and you have to, I don't know, you have to dedicate yourself to uploading yourself into the internet, the gamer internet. I don't know what the cult name is, but the cult gamer net, whatever the final name is. Those are the two rules. I don't know. We might have more, right? I might think of more later.
Yeah, we might come up with some later. Right now, I'm trying to think whether letting them go out at night in the moonlight is allowable or not.
Yeah,
right.
Is that illegal?
Like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that would be against the rules or not. Because it's like, It would be, if I was a moon worshiper, I could upset their sleep cycles and make them sleep all during the day and only be awake at night.
Mhm.
You know? Like, you gotta stay out of the sun completely.
Vampire it.
That would have been a better one.
These vampire cult. I mean, who hasn't dreamed of that?
Yeah, I guess one of the rules could be not letting them wear sunscreen,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, it's a sin. Like,
Yeah,
you're
it's a
blocking...
heresy.
Yeah, why would you do that? You want the full effect of everything, right?
Can't play "Fly Me to the Moon."
They can't
Illegal
play that.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can only listen to Empire of the Sun. And Here Comes the Sun.
What about Black Hole Sun?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like our grunge
Yeah,
rock that we listen to.
Censor all the moon scenes in every movie.
Oh yeah.
Just cut them out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Midsummer would be a great movie for them.
Yeah,
no
Midsummer, for sure.
sunscreen. I will let them wear sunglasses just because they're not supposed to be, you know. Oh, and they should also be fearful of the eclipse, a solar eclipse.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I'll work on those. I need to work on those. I'll come up with more
Sure.
later.
Do you
Think let's see. I think an actual one, no junk food. You cannot eat any sweets, drink any juices, or drink soda. It all has to be like water or like natural food or supplements.
Makes sense.
If you
Yeah.
you have to drink gamer fuel or
You
whatever.
have to drink like water with like creatine and electrolytes and like fish oil pills and shit like that.
Oh, C4. Ugh.
Yeah.
Stuff makes me itchy.
It does.
Okay.
You must drink
it says to...
Mountain Dew. Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Oh God.
That's for the gamers and Doritos.
Ew.
And Doritos. Only. You can only
Oh, God,
consume
okay.
those two.
I'm already out. Never mind. I'm leaving my own cult.
For us, we can drink or we can eat sunflower seeds.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Has to be
My friend has
sun-related.
My friend has been telling me how much sunflower seed butter he's been eating lately.
Ooh, I bet it's good. Yeah, people cook with sunflower oil too.
But yeah, it's just peanut butter, but instead of peanuts, use sunflower seeds.
No moon pies.
No moon pies. Yeah. No dark chocolate either. Just because.
Nothing that represents the nighttime.
So I assume you
gotta
guys
have you have to wear bright colors, right?
Yeah.
Like it's always got to be on theme. Like no dark purples or blues.
Yeah, except for me because that's what I rock pretty much. But I'm okay to do that.
You guys serve Sunny Delight, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Sunny D.
Sunny D. I was trying to think of it in my head. I was like, "What's an orange juice with sun in it?" It's like,
oh, I know. You can't consume any like supplemental vitamin D. It all has to come from the sun.
Oh,
yes.
Well, the gamers are actually your ultimate adversaries.
That's true. As the only guy that's sitting in the dark right now.
I know. Yeah, you were supposed to tell our audience.
The dark side.
Owl.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm with this cult. Look, I'm with the cult. Look.
Oh, there you go.
Still sunny for
you can't
me.
block it out.
The sun's straight up down here.
Blasphemous.
You're right.
Curtains. Oh, that's another take. Do I allow people to have curtains?
Yeah. No
Blackout curtains are
probably no roofs or glass roofs. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, I could do that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I just need a break. Sometimes can I tint the windows of my car?" And I'd be like, "What?"
No. In fact, take out your windows.
Yeah.
Right now.
I mean, it kind of
only sunroof cars as well. We can only
no moonroofs.
Convertibles.
At this point, I mean, you would have to go underground at night, right? Because like if you're out, if you have sun. Like greenhouses, but like at night the moon's gonna be coming in. You're gonna have to like retreat.
That's true.
Yeah,
you have to like wear a tarp underneath.
The moon later, or you have like panels that come down that block the moonlight.
Yeah, you could be like.
Oh, a communion for me would be like a protein, like a cup of protein powder. You can't drink anything except that. Like, wow, that'd be
That's a
communion.
really good idea. Yeah, mine's one Dorito.
One Dorito. Okay, sunflower seeds. That's the communion. All right. It says to come up with a slogan. So.
Ooh, okay, this is gonna be hard for me.
All clubs, organizations, and groups need good slogans, cults included. It's an easy way to sum up what you do, organize around a singular idea, and keep everyone focused around the topic. Slogans should be memorable, simple, and multi-partite. So they've been, oh, this is a typo. Be mysterious and vague in equal in measure. For an example, all things fly in space might work for your Star Trek cult. Or maybe quotes from the show. I was born in Iowa. I only work in outer space. Make it memorable and organic. That one's hard.
I already got it.
Oh, well. Share with the class.
Throw it out there.
It's like, okay. Through gaming, we win. I think it's okay.
It's pretty good.
Because it's vague, right? Win what? What?
Win what? That's
it's
true.
like, and then they come in, they're like, what do you mean? What are we going to win? It's like, have I got the app for you?
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like there's a lot of like gym slogans I can throw around, but I'm trying to think of my own one.
I'm trying to think of one too. Let's see.
Memorable, but vague.
Oh, I got one.
Oh. Okay, go. I'm still thinking.
The sun will rise again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That took
in
me
6
a beat,
hours.
Dude. That took me a beat. I hate how much I love it, or I love how much I hate it.
It works though, right? It's true.
It does. Because it will.
Yeah.
It will rise
it
again.
Sure will.
So you're the...
Oh, that must be... Yeah,
Oh,
like the eclipse, it must be your apocalypse, right? Because like the sun is actively being blocked
Yeah.
instead of
like,
going down or rotating around.
Yeah, we are fearful of that. Like, and the fact that people come out with like the glasses where you can look at it and be like, those people are gonna be dead, you know?
I've got a...
The lack of sun would kill you.
Yeah.
I've got a part 2 to your pun, but I don't know how to complete it.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, the sun will rise again. So you'd be the sons of the something, right? You're the sons of the something. I don't know. I guess the joke doesn't go anywhere, but you know, the sons of the Confederacy are a thing. So I just didn't know what the sons of the sons of the rising sun.
The Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, you guys should be. Are you guys based in Japan?
Shoot.
You guys,
Yeah,
is it a
The
weeb
sun
cult?
doesn't discriminate.
A weeb cult? Dude, you guys could recruit so many weebs.
We could.
Oh wait, but we're gonna be competing because I bet a lot of weebs would be in the game.
Yeah, you gotta go. That's true.
Shit.
You also gotta go. Okay, I think I have it. I'm stealing somebody else's, but we might as well use it anyway.
Do it.
I'm gonna say salvation through suffering. That is it. Yep.
Isn't that
in order to it's like who said it? I'm sorry.
Sounds
I forgot.
Big Adolf had said that, I thought, but maybe not.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Mother Teresa said that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the point is like the more pain you're in with whatever exercise, like the more you'll like achieve, the better you will be.
No pain, no gain.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn. I think that wasn't that at the entrance of a concentration camp. through pain we succeed or something.
I mean,
it's okay.
It's
I think
that's like a church term, though.
It's what?
Yeah, I think it's been a church term for a while because of that lashing thing you do to yourself.
Oh right,
like,
yeah.
The more you suffer, the more salvation.
There's one in Baldur's Gate 3. There's like a pain cult or like a pain priest that you can go and you could get like whipped by the dude, and then eventually, if you survive it all, you get like a permanent buff. Which is pretty good.
Note,
hey.
Speaking of
pain, there's a character in what's it called, Darkest Dungeon that does that. Like the more damage they take, the more health they gain.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
Those are cool mechanics.
I read TMZ every day. Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Bob Barker. He died today. He was 99.
Spay your cats and dogs. Spay and neuter your cats and dogs.
Yes, please do. So I was reading. You guys know the singer Miguel, right?
Who? Sorry.
He's like an R&B singer, Miguel. He sings.
Was he that J. Cole song? Is that the same one?
No.
I don't
Am I
know.
thinking of something else?
So.
I can't think of the name of his song,
It,
but
it,
he's...
it may be the name might be somewhat familiar.
Yeah. I forget. I don't know. You have to look it up.
Yeah. Wait, what? Say it again.
Miguel?
Miguel.
Yeah, he's
Might
doing
be
a couple
that
popular
Jake Cole.
songs. Everybody's like playing his... It was a song that was popular like 9-10 years ago.
Oh. Okay. I think I got his Wikipedia.
But yeah. I was...
Wow, you got flashbang.
I know. It's
Yeah,
it's
Jesus.
Wikipedia.
Open up a tab. Bam.
I was reading on TMZ right before we got on here that he was doing a concert the other night, and he's got back piercings, and he was lifted up on stage by his back piercings.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
guess
know
we're
that's
the
like
same
a
person.
kinky thing, but oh my god.
So he's your high
Ow.
priest. That literally your high priest.
Right.
Yeah, dude,
He's in the
he's
air.
suffering the most, so
He
Mhm.
is.
he's a good lieutenant.
Like that's like, aren't there dungeons and stuff for that kind of stuff, for like the
Mhm.
kinky piercing?
Yeah.
Stuff? But I'm like, on stage, and I guess there's
I
pictures.
remember-
I didn't get a
well,
chance to look.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I think some people just do it not for like. I don't think he might not be getting a boner. Like he doesn't just like to
It's
like.
Miguel. I think he's getting.
Yeah, okay,
a boner.
sure.
he's getting it.
Like sometimes people do it just to be like,
Every time he
like
stubs
just
his
look
toe,
at me, like
half chub.
I can handle it.
He's going, look what I can do.
Look at
Can you
that.
do this? Yeah.
A lot of rich people have it, that's for sure. I remember the boys reacting to that half a $1 billion house with producer Michael, and he
Yeah.
had a room like that. I'm like, okay, dude, just all rich people
Oh,
have
he had a
these
horny
rooms?
room.
They're bored. A horny.
Oh
The
yeah, everyone
horny
had
room.
that pic. Like they had like cameras in the bathrooms.
Yeah, that dude was fucking weird.
Yeah.
I
that
will
was a
never
fun-
understand how those fetishes. Like take Chuck Berry when he had
Oh.
great guitars, but he had the bathroom toilets
Yeah,
watching
or, yeah,
people
Yeah.
pee and poop. It's like why
Yeah,
what
it's
starts
not
that?
hot at all. Seeing
Yeah.
someone
No.
relieve
I mean,
themselves.
I have an open mind. I have an open mind with that kind of stuff, but like I've never been.
I
I've
do
never
that
been
stuff,
one to like
actually.
sit there and watch that like ever.
Yeah,
I like-
I
I'll-
get the vibe from you. You don't, for lack of a better term, yuck other people's yum. I hate that.
Right.
But I do.
I do. Yeah, I was like, I do.
I'm like, ew, that's dookie. Gross.
No, I get it. I mean, to be fair, oh god, there was this one time, I just like me and this other person were just looking at funny things online, and one of these it was like a blooper from like a fart fetish video. And it was like, oh, I think it's real because this is what I saw. Somebody just like randomly linked. It was like cakefarts.com. So shout out. And it was just a funny
Sponsor.
meme, and it's like this blooper of someone farting onto a cake. I won't go into details, but it was one of the funniest things. Like in that moment, it was the funniest thing. We just kept replaying it, and it was the funniest.
Aqua
shit.
discovered something about himself that day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I discovered that it's hilarious. I mean, if you want to call that being horny for it, like okay.
You're like, I guess I'm horny for it.
I guess I'm horny
if
for it.
laughing it makes you horny, then I got
It's
real horny.
bookmarked now on my PC.
Yeah,
It's in my
Yeah,
Chrome
yeah,
tabs.
here it is. That's what the flashbang was that you saw.
Yeah, I'm opening it right now.
It was. I had to go to my dailycakefarts.com visit. Jesus, try to
The hottest
post.
respect my decisions and my
Like,
fetishes.
you do whatever you want in your horny room,
in
okay?
my horny room. That is where I film from. This is not my bedroom. This is my horny room.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
that was a tangent. I'm so sorry, podcast
No,
listeners.
it's-
Hope you enjoy that, Las Vegas.
They did. All 15
I
of
am
them.
getting word they loved it.
Thank you, Vegas.
Thanks, Vegas.
We're
Can I
coming
get
to
money
you
when I
in
go there?
October. Get ready.
Remember me
Yeah.
when I pull that slot.
Oh my god. Okay, so it says we need to bring people in slowly. When you meet people
Okay.
in public, start gradually bringing in the concepts and the obsession that you've decided to shape your life around. To start growing the group, become an evangelist for whatever it is you've decided to adulate. Again, you may experience hostility and a lot of resistance at first.
You're just gonna fight
They're
me
fighting.
on the spot. Hey, join the gym. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck
Start
outta
fucking
here.
throwing
Right?
haymakers.
I mean, hopefully I've got enough. Hopefully people aren't that hostile toward gamers. I tell
I-
people I'm a gamer, and people seem to not treat me too badly.
Well, it says you should try to market the less extreme aspects of your ideas. The utopian fun of Star Trek, good selling point. Your plans of building a galaxy class Star Cruiser in a warehouse in Queens. Maybe save it for later. Okay.
Just it's like hide all the bad shit, like you're lonely and trying to get into a relationship. Just hide all your
Yeah.
your bad shit in the
Hide
background.
the red flags. Those will pop up later once they're
Yeah.
locked in.
Yeah, once we're married,
Right.
then I'll tell you
Yeah.
about
Right.
the cake fart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you loved me from me.
My cake farts.
He always said it was my birthday every day. I don't understand.
The app thing, I think, is just going to be my innocent. You know, I mean, it starts out as an innocent app, like, and it is, but like when it gets gamified, you know, each level's kind of crazier, but nobody ever speaks up because it's so incremental that nobody ever notices. So it's just a fun app for most people until I start getting into their addictions and I start. Or I don't know if I'm doing it, but like the system, I guess I probably am. That's the other thing is that I'm like I don't have to. I'm controlling the app, and like on the app, I could put me talking, but I can like make it any AI generated image I want. So like,
Right.
that's how I appeal to, you know, each person I can appeal differently to. Maybe like nobody knows what I really look like, right?
What's
I'm
that,
using the AI
what's-
generated, you know, or the AI technology for something. Well, not good, but for something
Right.
productive for me.
Aqua, what's that guy who was suing everybody who said he was like the best gamer? We were talking about that like last
Billy
night.
Mitchell.
Yeah, I wonder if you can like do something like that, like claim you're like a really good gamer and that you're like happy and successful through it. And maybe that's how you like market it to people.
That's a good idea. He could have really.
That is a good idea.
He really could have gone that route, and he's a narcissistic liar enough. We could do a deep dive into Billy Mitchell. This Carl Jobst is so good at his videos. I don't know if you ever checked him out yet, but Billy Mitchell's this guy that he ran a pretty good scam for a while where he was just lying about how he was like named the video game player of the century by like the creator of Pac-Man. I forgot his name. And like it's just a huge lie. And then he lied about. You might have heard the documentary King of Kong, and I think that was something that like I think he like produced that to make it look like he set the record for like Donkey Kong. But he it was a total fake. He was playing it on an emulator, and it's so obvious. And like Carl Jobst called him out on it, and then Billy Mitchell straight up is suing Carl Jobst, and it's been going on for I think a while now. But he's been putting lately out a video every like week exposing him Billy Mitchell more and more. It's just obvious that this Billy Mitchell guy is just like a pathological narcissistic liar.
More like Billy Bitchel, am
I
right?
Yep, that's a very common nickname. But I'm glad you cottoned on already.
But that's your guy
Bitchel,
though. That's the guy. That's the guy you need to emulate. I feel
right.
like.
No, it's not a bad idea. You've got a great idea. Like if I could, and it's funny if you search his name. I don't know if you can do it right now, but he has a cartoonishly big head, and he's like a cartoonishly big person. And he looks
his
like
hair
a
is
character.
weird too.
Yeah, his hair is weird. He always wears that suit, and he is a silly bitchel looking little guy. Anyway,
he's weird.
Yeah, isn't he the weirdest little guy or big guy or whatever? He's like his head is just he looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah, and his forehead.
Yeah. Anyway, but he would have been a good that's a good people do still support him. So if you could appeal to those people, they'd be a great base. The people who still like Billy Mitchell would be a great base for my gamer cult.
Yeah,
so very good idea, Legion. Thank you for that tip.
He looks like if you've ever seen the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, he looks like the guy who steals the spaceship.
Mm-hmm. I might know what you mean. He looks like so many different like characters. He looks like a cartoon.
Yeah,
he's a created character basically.
Somebody made him into a cartoon actually at one point. It's really funny. I can't remember what cartoon what it was in now, but it's a very just look for Billy Mitchell cartoon and it'll pop up. It's a cartoon and it's gonna be obvious if you tell me what it is, but I just forgot what cartoon it was.
Okay.
Wasn't like Meat Canyon, was it?
It might have even been that, yeah.
That dude draws insane stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about this bringing people in, and I'm thinking that I need to come up with a scenario for you guys to bring people in, right? So, we'll have to role play it a little bit, and I'm trying to think for Aqua's gamer thing, like where you would meet somebody to bring them into your cult, like an arcade. Web, but
no, I know that's a bit simplistic. Yeah,
that's too simple.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It has to be in public.
Well, right.
Where would you meet
TwitchCon?
somebody to try? Yes. Yes, you could try and convert.
There we go.
By the way, meet me at TwitchCon. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, the obvious answer is like gaming events, but I don't know, like, I mean, anybody can really. The thing is that this should appeal to anybody, and maybe I made it too like easy an answer, but like I say, it's just an app, right? Like that's kind of what the hook is, and that's where you kind of, and then so like, sure, like there might be some places that would be better than others. I'm not trying to skirt the question by saying like anybody everywhere can do it.
All at once.
Yeah, everybody everywhere all at once. But like at the same time, yeah, like sometimes you go to TwitchCon, but other times you would like market it toward like the whales, on the apps, or like maybe gamers that love the to pay battle passes and stuff, and like the League of Legends, like skin and the
Genshin Impact people.
The Genshin Impact, right. It's just that's what I would. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, the weebs, right. Like I say, the weebs.
So let me paint a picture then. Say we're at TwitchCon in Las Vegas and we're sitting down. Yeah, no, we're not doing that again. We're sitting down to eat, and Legion wants a gross poke bowl, and I say, fine, go get one. And then I go, I'm going to go get some tea, and you're left alone, and you see somebody else sitting alone, and this is your perfect idea, or your perfect opportunity to go talk to them and be like, hey, we're here at this gaming thing, like, what would you say to kind of bring this person in innocently, as we kind of like innocently, and just be like, hey,
Oh, sorry, Alyssa, you're kind of cutting out sometimes on Discord.
Ah, what the flip?
Yeah,
okay.
Wait.
No worry.
Well, yeah. Oh, where'd you go? Sorry.
Okay. Say we're at the con sitting down to eat lunch, and you see someone else sitting alone. That's your opportunity to go in and be like, hey,
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you're still cutting out a little bit, but okay.
Damn it!
It's like, Legion, edit this out.
Yeah, just fix it.
Just simply do that. But I heard most of it. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we're at TwitchCon. Yeah, just be like, I'd be like incognito, right? Where it's like, I wouldn't necessarily reveal myself as the leader of the cult. I'll just be like, bro, it's got like that. Like, holy shit, isn't this like, that guy's got like a high score, and like I just show him an app and be like, and it's like, I mean, I don't know the details of my app, right? Like, but it would just be gamified to hell. I'd be like, bro, I was level like 1 earlier, and now I'm like level 25 in like in a day or something, and it just like, I don't know. I would at least try to sell this app, and like ideally, I have like a decent idea for it, right? Like, I guess I don't know those details, but it would definitely be like it would be like Genshin Impact, kind of like League of Legends, kind of like, mix, I would, and it would be like, oh man, I made it up all like the tiers, dude. I'm like Diamond 25, bro, or something, like, and so like, I don't know, I would just like casually just like drop some of that stuff. Like, I guess, obviously I couldn't like, you'd have to judge like who it is, right? Like right. If it depends on like, yeah, who they are, what they look like. But, like I say, if I think I got a Genshin whale on the hook, I would do some sort of approach where, I would be like, oh, got some cool skins. Look at this anime waifu. I'm level 25 with her, bro.
Yeah, that might be how you have to sell it. Yeah, through waifus.
Like, yeah, it's like the chat. It would be like powered by chat. Be like, dude, I got level 25, and now she's like hitting on me, bro. Look at it. And it's just like
it's got to be like a half dating sim type game.
Yeah,
so
and she's like starting to take off. Like she just got like her. I don't know. She's her like
strap.
Her strap's like falling down her shoulder, and I'm like, bro, I'm so like, it's level 25. If I just get to level 30, dude, and like he's like,
her whole top comes off at level 30.
and it's just like, bruh. And so that's what I would flash. I would flash that around. I'd
You
be
would
like,
flash.
I
You in
would flash
particular
people.
would
I would
flash
at least-
them.
I would like let that. I would just let the anime waifu speak for themselves. That would be But yeah, it would be gamified. So yeah, TwitchCon. That's a good bet that I could reel that one in.
Okay, Legion. Where would you go to recruit people? Is the gym too? That would be kind of hard, right?
I think the gyms already they already kind of know what they're doing, right? I feel like, even though you saw like gym bloopers, and I feel like if I go to like some sort of fitness expo, I'd be like competing with too much people. So I think I'm gonna go even lower entry. We're gonna go to a food market. I'm gonna peddle like that, like this protein powder is like what'll make you like good. I'll hire like some escorts, like some pretty escorts that are fit and stuff like that, to make myself like look good. Like, oh, like if you buy this protein powder, then you can have this lifestyle. Like, I'm surrounded by beautiful women. I look good.
Andrew Tate.
I have all this money. Yeah, exactly. We might have to approach it from Andrew Tate angle. Yeah, I think I have to, because I can't really sell people on exercise, because exercise in general is fucking miserable. But I can sell people on a product, and I think that's how I'll get them in. We'll do like a farmer's market or some sort of food convention. We'll set up a booth like that. Have like different types of flavors, a lot of banners, a lot of pretty women, something that will grab people's attention. And I'll try to market like this product will give you a lifestyle that you would never get like outside of just using this.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I want to say that sounds exactly like an episode of the Cabinet of Curiosities, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities.
And it is kind of it's very snake oil.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And it's very similar to what you're describing. And I mean, I love that episode. What's her? There's an actress I really like who in that episode, and you wouldn't really think she'd be the best for the role, but she's perfect. I'll have to search for it real quick. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. I'm thinking. I think my tactic is going to be a little more sinister, and I'm going to recruit people in the winter. So I'm going to wait till it's dark, it's rainy, seasonal affectiveness disorder is hitting people hard. People are depressed, right? So I'm going for people that are lonely and sad and looking for something. And I could tell them the spring's coming, the spring, the sunshine, it's something to look forward to. And I'd be like, any chance that the sun is out, So I'm trying to think of like a scenario where I would meet somebody and where I would go, right? Could be like a coffee shop. Oh, and you want to go for somebody young.
Wait, what? Sorry, you're cutting out again.
No. Are you serious?
It might be your background noise. I don't know if that's like peaking your mic in just the right like audio level to where it's like silencing it, or maybe it's just cutting out.
I may try something.
That sounds a little different.
Let's see, what else can I sell them on? I'll try to hire the hot girl influencer fitness girls.
Okay.
I think that'll really sell them.
Right.
Yeah, you got to pull in the guy market, especially. They're easier to get.
You'd have to mine
with hot women.
You'd have to mine TikTok for all the like fuckboys and e-girls.
Yeah. Someone I can really like pull in people with looks, because I think that's what people look for.
Yeah.
Like before anything, when they're trying to check out your booth.
The booth, yeah. And see, this is where I cut costs, because I just have like little flat screen like iPads with waifus on them. You know what I mean? And Chat GPT just chatting with my, you know what I mean? I'll just buy the license, you know what I mean? And they can chat with the anime girls.
I think college students would be a good thing. Like in the library on a rainy day, I could be like, oh man, it would be really nice to have some sunshine. Well, let me tell you. I feel like,
well, you could
gotta
go to
like
the
recruit in Washington or something.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It has to be dark and rainy, and
Okay. Oh, I see. So it's the opposite. Okay, yeah, like you said, Seattle. That's what Legion said.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, you could totally do that and just be like,
recruit there.
This is what we're looking forward to. Anytime, the sun is out, you need to take advantage,
Yeah. Because people who are, like, who have the thing that you're trying to sell them on, if they already like familiar with it, they won't go with you because they already have their idea of how said thing should work, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
Like,
right.
oh, I go to the gym, I do things this way. I'm a gamer already, I do things this way. I'm from
Yeah.
Hawaii, I don't care what the fuck about the sun.
Right. But for me, I'd be like, I'm from California, and I could say I've been depressed my whole life until I found, the benefits of sun worship. And it's brought me into a community of people, a like-minded community of people. And we're working together, and I could make shit up too. I could be like, if you bask in the sun, you'll live like forever.
Right.
Yeah, throw out some like bullshit statistic about like if you spend like 80% of your day out, like you get like 10 more years of your life.
Yeah, also you'll never have a cold or the flu or anything like that. Like, and if you
What
do,
if they
you're
get
not.
sick, Alyssa?
They're not doing it.
They're not out long enough.
They're not out long enough. They're not burning it up.
They're not naked enough.
You need
Yeah.
you need contacts in like hospitals and stuff for like people who have like vitamin D deficiency,
Yes.
and like get those people
Yes.
like and like get and then you'll just know like, oh, if like they will feel better if they're in the sun, and then they're like your like miracle converts, and they're like, yeah, I feel so much better
Yeah.
now, and like they're like, I don't even know why, but it's like I knew why.
I know why.
Like they probably like maybe they knew they should have got more sun, maybe they didn't, but yeah, it's probably former cult members of mine. You know, the ones that go home after a while.
Yeah, and both of yours, because they'll be
Right.
coming back from Legion's gym, and I'd be like, you know what helps with no effort? It's like standing.
Already
in the
trying to
sun.
poach my people. Okay.
Yeah, be like, yeah, you can work out as much as you want, but if you're not in the sun, I mean, what's the point, right?
But I'm taking.
I have to 360 and like
Yeah.
make like open gyms, right? Like
That's so
tennis
hell.
court and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking. You know what I'm doing though. I also have contacts in the hospital, and I'm getting the people with like injuries from working out. You know what I mean? The guy, and I'm getting the people who have skin cancer.
Okay.
And then I'm bringing them over to my cult. I'm like,
The people that left my cult.
yeah, the ones who left yours, the
They have
people who-
melanoma.
the people who left mine, like maybe they're a little.
It's
pale.
a blessing. You gotta spin it.
Yeah,
It's a
right,
blessing to get melanoma.
Right.
It's the true mark.
And it's just saying, yeah, right. But like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, they come to me. I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe you get a little pale. Maybe you get a little malnourished. Maybe you have some vitamin D deficiency. Not a big deal. You can even
But
game
you're happy.
outside. Honestly, you can game outside. So I mean, I'm the best choice here, obviously. And hey, and you won't strain yourself, sprain your ankle, or blow your knee out, or blow out your
Or
back.
get a sunburn.
Right.
But I'll spin it. I'll be like, but you won't get laid at the gym. You'll get fucking laid.
But virtually, you'll get laid.
Yeah. But you won't be happy and you won't be tan and cool.
People can trick themselves into being happy. Easy clap with
The
my
infighting's already
upload
going
system.
on. I love it.
Oh, and by the way, it's Garfunkel and Oates. You know that
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
duo. Well, that's Kate McCucci. She's in that episode of Cabinet Curiosity. You know the shorter girl, the brunette girl.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So yeah, she's the actress in that episode. And I think it starts out as like it's a what do you call it? An infomercial. It's kind of a Billy Mays. It's kind of like an infomercial. Like buy this cream. It's like you'll be beautiful. And it's definitely culty, but I love that episode because it gets really weird. That whole series is really weird. Shout out to Guillermo del Toro for paying for this podcast.
Yes.
Sponsored by Guillermo.
Yep.
Let's see. Becoming cultish. So this one is. Oh, I must have skipped over it. Maybe. Oh, find a place to practice or worship. Did we go
Got
over
mine.
that one?
I mean, yeah, I think we kind
I
of
got mine already.
I mean, if you wanted to
Let's-
expand on that, that's cool.
Yeah, like a certain place.
Can I like add on to mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so a lot of the influencer gyms like have like now these like side things. Like now there's like there's a makeup room and there's like a bar now and a food bar and all this stuff. I'm gonna try to like include as many amenities as possible so people don't have a reason to leave. There'll be like sleeping spots as well inside the gym.
I love that.
Or
Okay.
some stuff.
I really like that. Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, this is a weird subject for me because I actually really like the idea of like little micro hotels. You know what I mean? Like those ones that are like sleep pods. Now, it's very dystopian if that was like your only choice. Like, it would suck. I don't want to live like that. But like, I kind of do love the concept. Like, I just, I don't know. I think I'd love to spend a night, or like, if you just go to, like, if you have the run of the rest of the building, but like you can just go to sleep in like this little pod. I think that's kind of cool.
That is a cool idea.
I don't know how that would fit into the gamer cult, but I mean,
Alyssa's
you could game
would be
in your
a
pod.
tanning bed.
Right.
Yeah.
that would be her bed. It'd be her
Yeah.
tanning bed.
So
cots
like,
of
and
tanning
like
beds.
maybe get double XP. You know, if you rest in your pod, oh, that's good. You rest in your pod, and you're like gaining like you get double.
Well,
you know, because WoW had
Passive
that.
achievements, yeah.
Yeah, World of Warcraft had a system, and this would I could do this like World of Warcraft, but the resting mechanic where like if you logged out in an inn, you would like you would gradually gain time up to a certain amount to where your XP would be doubled, you know. And the longer and it was a way to like ease the servers up so people had an excuse to like log out once they like did their rested bonus, then they just log out instead of like grinding with just non-double XP. So that could be a good like idea for like controlling the cultists, you know what I mean? Like, oh, if you just go in your pod and sleep and get out of my hair right now, you'll get double XP for later. Which you can get to level 30 quicker.
Also, the electric bill's up the roof, so we gotta get
so
you
there's
off the
Oh,
computer.
right,
Jesus.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And then, you know, so I guess it's another rule. Maybe there's a rule about like you must game in your pod. I guess, but that's just it though. I don't really have rules.
Yeah.
I have incentives. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. I think where would mine meet up? I would like it to be like up in the mountains somewhere, you know? Like I feel like there's probably a really good spot somewhere up there that it's just all sunlight, like on the face of a mountain or something.
But
Right.
yeah, like a mountain maybe at the equator, like a big mountain, because that'll have. I'm just saying that's where the sun is mostly up all the time, right? At the equator,
Yeah.
right. So like it's not up all the time, but it's always right above your head when it's up.
That's true.
Like it's
But-
Yeah,
not.
which country
it doesn't-
where it never sets in summer? Which country is that? I
Yeah,
forgot.
well, that is cool too.
Gosh.
Like, there's portions of like the North Pole, right, where it's like,
Yeah.
where the sun never sets. So that's you could have
Yeah.
different chapters, different places. One that's like closest to
Yeah.
the sun,
True.
one that gets most of the sun, one that gets the most daylight. Yeah, there's like several chapters you could open.
Yeah. And up here, like in the Sierra Nevadas or like up in Yosemite, even there's like so many spots by the lake that you could use for like pictures on a pamphlet that would work.
Right.
You know, this is where we meet every morning to welcome the sun during sunrise, and you know, just a whole thing. But that choosing my place of worship kind of falls into the next thing. And it's making sure that all behavior lines up with the party platform. And it says, for example, often cults live together communally. Consider moving into a place and giving it a name, something like the Enterprise. This will allow everyone to grow and develop the common idea together. So for my thing, I would want to be up there, up in the mountains, right? And have them build it. I'm not going to do that. Have the people build a community and just like crops of like sunflowers, right? And so it would be like, you know, we can profit the community through sunflower seeds and sunflower oil and on, you know.
Oh, no,
all
you
these-
cut off Alyssa.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what did you guys hear?
I don't know. It was several
It
seconds.
was like a good 3 seconds. Yeah, I got cut off.
Oh, okay. So in my community that I'm going to make them build, can you guys hear me?
It cut off. I mean, it
What
just cuts
the
off every
hell?
couple seconds.
Let me try something. Okay. So for my thing, up in the mountains, gonna have them build a community and like have like the crops of the sunflowers, right? Sell sunflowers, seeds, the oil, whatever. That's something they're like building towards.
Right.
But that will be the community, and the whole
I like
idea
that.
is right to cut them off from people.
Okay.
So
Right.
they won't tell them like, oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isolate them.
Isolate them. Yeah. No cell phones.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
and
shit,
everything's
okay.
solar powered. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I have to cut my
What-
people off, but I don't know if I can take away their cell phones.
Right. That's I can't do that. I lock myself into their cell phones,
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
but they can't delete my app.
Yeah. That's how I'd promote my stuff. Dang it.
I
How
mean-
about like your replies have to be private? I don't know. Maybe like your DMs and like it's like that Twitter function where only people who you follow can reply to this post. That way we're always controlling the comments in some way by saying positive things about every post that people are doing from my gym.
Right.
So
It's like a
So that's how I'd
superpowered like
cut 'em
Facebook
off.
page.
yeah.
Do you accept wind power, Alyssa? Is that okay to power things by? Is that like neutral?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, but mostly solar. Like
Mostly solar.
yeah, I think I would. I mean, I'm starting to think about it more. I'm really liking this. It would be. I think I would try to like control and isolate by like utilizing this like the sleep pods. You know, like they would
Okay.
definitely be called like gamer pods or something. You know, gamer recharge pods, and there'd be like it would be stocked with Doritos and Mountain Dew, and like but they'd have to go back to it, and it would only be in my in my compound. And they would have to
Right.
like sleep in their pod to get their XP bonus. Again, they don't have to, but if they're gonna win to be free, whatever the hell. What was my
Yeah.
That was that
win.
was Legions. Yeah, to game to win, whatever the hell. Anyway,
Mhm.
that they're gonna have to be in my compound at least like sleeping
Right.
for the bonus. So that's how I would like isolate them. Like they can have their cell phones, but they can't delete the app, of course. And I would and my app would be the most invasive app. I would know everything about them. Like I would put
You have all their passwords.
yeah, I put China to shame.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have their passwords and I
Did
could
they have
like,
social credit too?
right. Oh, I mean, of course, yeah, that's part of the app. Like there's like a rating system, right? It's like
All
like an
right. So if
Uber
you
thing.
say enough good things, you say
Mhm.
enough good
Oh,
things, your
yeah,
social
and
status
yeah.
skills up.
And you can wipe out the negative like things that happen to you with a little
Right.
with a little cashola. You know, it'd be like, oh, we can take that egregious act off. You know, but because like at the end of the day, I don't really care what they do. Like but like I will pretend. I'll be like, oh, that's that you're back down to level 15. I'm sorry, dude. And it's just gonna be.
How would
like,
you deal with cheaters? Like people who are cheating in
that
the
is
game.
Ooh.
that's a good question because I'm not exactly sure how I'm like programming this thing. Like ideally, I'm just like an amazing programmer that can just whip up these apps and like correct things like nothing. But I'm really not. So
Mhm.
I would have to have a right hand man or woman or they they them next to me like with with programming knowledge. And so and that would be a weakness. That's good for drama. That's where the drama comes in. Sometimes there'll be like attempts of overthrowing. Maybe there is a coup attempted by my programmer, and I'd probably lose. But maybe I have plans. I'm gonna have two different programmers play against each other. You know what I mean? Like I'll just play them again. I'll have two I have a right hand man and a left hand woman and a
No,
front
don't
hand
do that
they.
motion.
Yeah. Hey, but so
Audio listeners, he's jerking people off.
Mhm. That's what he read into it, and it's true though. But yeah. So I could play some political games. I'd have like the head like programmer, head like app developer, and it would be like the council of the, you know what I mean. But I'd be the head of the, it would be me calling the shots. But there'd be some interesting court drama. It'd be like a medieval court drama within the cult, and we all need that. We all need a little drama. That would keep things interesting.
Okay.
I feel like I'd have all like my generals and lieutenants. I don't know what I'd call them, but they'd all be on steroids. But we would promote that you shouldn't be on steroids, and that's cheating. But like, if you work hard enough, you'll get this ideal body, which will also be fake because they'll
Right.
be on steroids.
Right, and that
Okay.
yeah.
like Liver King or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like he looks like super ripped and all
Just have
that.
Arnold
And he says it's
fix Arnold
natural.
everywhere.
Yeah, he looks natural and it looks good, but let's be honest, he's like on every PED ever.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing wrong with that's a little white lie for the cult.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just keep working hard. You'll get there. You'll get there. Look at this
You're
dude.
winning, son.
Yeah.
He's got pimples all over his back and he's sweating all the time, but look at him.
Yeah. You look good. You feel good.
Hmm.
It's
That's the second slogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can change it every once in a while.
There's another one that says, do community outreach. So it says, let your group form obvious, local, and immediate changes for the good in your community. Hold weekly breakfasts. Breakfasts. Why did I say that? Breakfasts. Breakfasts. That was weird. I'm very tired. And it says you could hold workshops and stuff like that. That's too positive for me.
Right.
Like,
Too positive.
I feel like my people would infiltrate farmers markets, right? They would have booths.
Ooh.
So they would have like
Encroaching on my territory, I see.
yes. I know. I think we would all end up in a place, you know, competing. But
The farmer's market, like in Battle Royale.
yes, dude. Like, oh, you know what's not on here that I thought of? A look, uniforms and shit. Like,
Oh.
how would our people look?
Yoga pants and wife beaters. All that,
Right,
yeah.
but you have to look different. What are you wearing?
Suit, of course.
Suit. Okay.
I think yeah, it looks good, looks professional. Looks formal compared to everyone else in their yoga pants and their workout tees. Like people would know, like, oh, this guy's different.
Let's see. I feel like I would be okay. The women are wearing sundresses, obviously, and I'm gonna be the only one with like, say, like a tank top and jeans and a sun hat. You know.
Oh.
And the men, what would the men wear?
Can your sun hat have like a giant like sunflower on
Oh,
it?
hell yeah. Because we have to promote what
Ribbon.
we're selling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the men would be wearing like, oh, and everything's like yellow.
Of course. Bright colors.
Like those 80s tank tops, you know? Like the really like bright ones and
Yeah.
like shorts all the time. Oh, and everyone's wearing sandals, okay?
With socks?
Some like a, no, gross. Billabong sandals.
Hey, that's Hawaii culture.
Wait.
That's right.
Legion doesn't know what you're saying. Don't you call them slippers?
Slippers.
We do.
Yeah.
Slippers.
Yeah, wear some of those. I think that would be good. And then at the farmers markets and stuff, we'll have a booth, you know, with our oil and seeds and stuff like that. But then when people are like, wow, these are really great, and be like, yeah, we have a whole deal and it's happy and safe and fun and beneficial. And then they come into it and that's when you rope them in, right?
That's when you get them.
You get them.
You can buy in bulk. Just come back to our spot in the mountains.
Oh, yeah, come see all the different things that we have. It's beautiful. Yeah, have the pamphlet.
Do tours. Do tours. Yes. Be like, oh, look around.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I had to sell mine, too. Like, you have to do tours. Put all the attractive people, like, make it look like they're repping a lot of weight. Like, look how strong you can be. You can be this strong.
Yeah. I would definitely have to parade around, like, people that have, like, that have gotten, like, to the top. Like, I'd have to have a few people that have made it to, like, to the almost the top level, or at least compared to other people. So I'd have to have, like, you know, shills going out on, like, social media and being like, I got this, you know, whatever the hell, like, just make something up for, like, the top level. Like, I married my anime waifu. Like, that would be, like, you know, level 100 or whatever. And, like, just people get, or, you know, and I could appeal to other things besides that. Yeah, just get people, like, cool, like, avatars with, like, virtual armor or whatever, like, with their Genshin Impact guy. And just, like, give them, like, the coolest, most badass armor and be like, this could be you. And there wouldn't really be, like, a physical world like uniforms, but maybe like I don't know in the digital, people's avatars they have like
You'd have a clan tag.
yeah, clan tag and like right and like yeah they're all maybe wearing like similar stuff like in the virtual world with like cooler and cooler versions of them, or yeah, and like all
Right.
the armor has like yeah I don't know, but like it wouldn't be like one set like thing, but maybe there could be like a symbol you wear like just somewhere like a patch like on a on a jacket or something. Uh,
Okay.
you're right. Yeah, Alyssa would like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe there'd be a subtle symbol you wear out in the world, but I don't think we really need. Everything's happening on the phone. We don't need physical
Makes
presence.
me think of that Always Sunny when they're doing the muscle milk thing.
Oh
And
my
they're
god.
trying to draw like a logo, and it's like a bicep that's curling but look like a dick.
Oh right.
I always think about that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think those are all really good ideas. And of course, like on WikiHow, they say at the end, keep a strong foothold rooted in the real world and in your core beliefs. Both. You need to make sure that groups like this don't transform into something more ominous and more destructive. But that's not a true cult, is it? It's
No,
like-
that's our goal.
yeah, the goal is to be in control. Like you see the televangelists, right? They sell
Yeah.
like the holy water and shit. They make
Peter
millions.
Popoff.
Yes, they make millions of dollars. Like you could do it that way, right? If you
Mhm.
really wanted
Oh,
your
it
cult
would
to be,
yeah. If you have
could,
no
you could make a
morals,
ton of money.
yeah.
if you have no morals.
yeah, and it is. Sometimes, yeah. Y'all ever? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how much I should say, but like, y'all ever think about like just selling like people like these dumbass people like Trump stuff and stuff? Like, I don't know, like
Oh,
Trump flags and
Oh,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like just
the-
like selling some of this stuff to these people and just like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you could way overprice it for them and stuff.
you could.
You know the Channel 5 that documentary they did on like the was it July 9th Capitol riot thing?
July 6th
Oh,
January
yeah.
6th.
July
What? Yeah,
January 6th, January 6th. January 6th. Yeah, and like the clothing companies like who are selling all like the MAGA merch like made like millions off that.
Right.
Like
Wow.
Like you could be like a whole.
It was
you- wait,
crazy.
You could be a drop
Yeah.
shipper. Just get a bunch of cheap ass shit from China, and mark it up.
Yeah.
Like 10 times,
saying
and
that.
just sell it from your house
Right.
on eBay. And it's like you could probably make bank.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can.
But like
You
I don't
play-
feel like doing that. It would just feel so gross.
Yeah, you play on people's passions, and they will dole out the money.
Yeah.
It's so funny too, because like where I live, like 20 minutes away, it's all like country folk, and
Right.
all in that town, it's all Trump flags, the MAGA, let's go Brandon stuff. And then you drive out a couple of hours towards the Bay Area, and it's all Biden, Kamala Harris, and all that. It's
Yeah.
it's
Oh
crazy,
sure,
but
you could sell to Democrats too. I'm just saying, like I feel like
yeah, you
I'm
can
just-
capitalize on
I'm-
anything.
I'm just saying, like the things people buy with Trump on it are some of the stupidest things I've ever seen. So like it would be so much easier to just drop ship them in and then sell them right out.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
I've seen a lot of stuff. Like pretty much every decal on every truck in town is
Right.
like that here.
Every
I just-
possible decal.
I just feel like
Like-
if you're a Biden supporter, like you could just get it from the website. Like it's not like you could just get it from his thing, but like from the campaign website. Like sure, people want to do it, whatever. But like there's one place to get it and they get it. But like yeah, with the Trump stuff, it's just like they'll buy a fucking toilet seat with his face on it. Like it's you could just drop ship
all
that
kinds
in.
of stuff.
Yeah.
My buddy Sheree, next door to her, like when we were like in high school, there was a truck with all kinds of like Confederate flag stickers and like NRA stickers, and there was one that we used to die laughing. It was like the stick figure peeing on something, and it said "fuck environmentalists." And I was like, the environment?
I
Come
love
on,
that. Yeah. Where do you get that? I want to get
Going
that
at-
one and put
Going
it on
after
the car.
everybody.
literally everybody. I was like, God damn, this guy
Fuck
hates everybody.
environmentalists.
Yeah, I respect it.
Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck sun worshippers.
yeah. What?
What?
We need the
Yeah.
sun. But,
What?
my
Maybe you do.
I think I think those are all pretty good. And my hope was for them these cults to fall into something sinister, which they have potential. Like, once you get people into your community, you can pretty much get everything from them. Like, I feel like with the Sun community, it could easily turn into, like, a nudist thing. Or, you know, and from there would be, like, orgies. Because, like, we only have to be with each other. There's so much potential for that. And
that should offset the skin cancer epidemic.
Yeah.
The orgies.
You know, you want your bodies close to each other, right? You're absorbing each other's shit, like photosynthesis, you know?
The vitamin D.
Your vitamin D, right? Literally.
Oh, okay.
Giving you the vitamin D.
The sunny D.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The gamer one is kind of hard. I mean, I guess it could be.
Oh, we
like,
could get dark with that, easy.
Money-wise, too. Like, if you started putting shit that you can buy on the app,
it's definitely
going to
be pay to play, or, you know, pay for more, whatever the addiction of the moment is. And that's the thing, I would keep sprinkling in, you know, a new thing to buy, or to save up points for, right? And it would be like, one day it's like I was saying, one day it's the toilet seat, the next day it's the clock, or whatever. Like, you have to get it, guys. It's the way to game and win.
You could have your own currency, like the Robux.
Oh, definitely. I was thinking of names for it. It would be. Yeah. Like I say, like you'd get experience, and you would have to pay real money, but you'd get like gamer bucks in exchange. I don't know what you'd call it. Like I say, there's some creative name I'm probably not thinking of, but yeah, it would definitely be like rally bucks.
Relly bucks. Relly rupees.
Yeah, that's good. Relly rubles.
There you go.
Relly rubles. Is the exchange rate like $1 to 50 cents for?
It's about the exchange,
the rubles.
Same exchange rate to Stanley nickels to Shroot bucks.
What about
What's
you?
the exchange rate? Let's see. How would it turn bad? I guess we have to say that people who aren't physically fit aren't on your level. That's what we start off
better.
with. There's got to be like a superiority thing.
Healthism.
Yeah, it's got to be like sort of that, like where if you're not at a certain like muscle mass or a certain level of skinny, then you are considered less than. And through that, it's like, well, if they're less than me, then I can do whatever I want, right? Be rude. That's how it'll start. Be rude. Be a Karen to them, and then maybe it'll turn violent down there.
Karens. Like, okay, so say I walk in, like, okay, I'm not very fit, but like, can I challenge somebody to like hand-to-hand combat to get into the cult? Wouldn't that prove fitness?
That's true. It would. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Or what are my options? Well, if you're gonna like, are you gonna dismiss me out of hand, or?
And do they berate people? You know how some trainers will be like, "Get that belly go," you know.
I mean, you can reject me if you want. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I should have the opportunity to get into some.
He wants you to want
combat.
it.
Yeah.
If
I show the initiative, I should be able to get in.
Right. Well, it'll be like sort of like a boot camp.
Okay.
Like we're gonna like run you through this course, and you got to prove that you're worthy.
Right.
And if you're worthy, you get to be with these good-looking, beautiful people.
Because like maybe I wouldn't be the best at lifting, but I could probably like do something that would prove like some.
No, like if it's like a hand-to-hand combat, I'm sending the most roided motherfucker. Well,
and you know what? And that's your solution. That's fine.
But yeah, it'll be like a boot camp. Like this course will teach you like discipline. It'll teach you like life lessons. Like I don't know if you like read any articles about that one gym guy. He had like a modern day night project. I'm not sure if you heard that. Where like these people were like paying like $10,000 to this guy for like abusing them, basically like making them crawl through mud, like physically abuse, like you're like this is why your wife left you, like if you can't handle like 5 hours of holding this fucking brick log, then like you're a weak man, and that's what she sensed, and like that it'll be kind of like something based off that, like where you'll be a man, or you'll be like a woman if you can complete this project, like without it, like you're nothing.
Oh, yeah, and you could combat, like, the people that are, like, talking shit by going, like, we are not fat phobic, we prioritize health, you know?
Yeah.
Right. No, there's plenty of ways you could
Like, right, you can get to our level. You just need to suffer for it.
Yeah, you have to want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
It
Yeah.
could be like that.
That's a good one.
I gotta link that to you guys. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I want to read about
yeah,
that.
because that
Like,
reminds
yeah, like, it's like, motherfucker, I'm paying you to fucking yell at me? What the fuck?
Yeah, there are.
That's what I feel like.
that reminds me of this, like, I don't know, there's yet another internet drama. I won't go too much into it, but, like, I'm sure you know the guy from YouTube. He's been on YouTube for a while. Like, you know, Boogie, what is it? 2988 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was you don't know Alyssa?
No, I don't know.
Oh, he's just like, well, he was a very large, as in rotund, YouTuber. He's been on the internet forever. Yeah, Boogie. Yeah, he does a character called Francis. It's a big thing. It's very played out. But anyway, he's been called out for, like, he always talks about how he's like, oh, I need to lose weight, but then he, like, never kind of goes through with it. But he
Same.
He kind of milks it on YouTube, where he's like, he goes back and forth. Well, he'll be like, I really need to lose weight, and then someone says, like, you should do this, and he'll be like, no. And
Yeah, and he'll be
hate
like,
that.
well, like, I can be miserable and eat good food, or I can be happy, and I just want to be happy. I'm trying to
Right,
focus on my depression and be happy and eat, like, junk food because it makes me
That's
feel
like-
better. I'm
Right.
like, okay.
and that's that's like a real quote from him. But, like, okay, but my point is that he there was times when these gym guys would reach out to him and be like, bro, I'll put you through, you know what I mean? Like, we'll go through it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll personally train you for free. Like, let's lose this weight. And he would always just be like, something happened. Can't do it. My dog died. And it's just like,
Oh my
know,
God.
and this cycle went on, I swear to God, for maybe like several years, you know, and like there was people were trying to, 'cause like actual professionals were reaching out to him, like, let's do this, dude. Like, and other YouTube personalities in, like, a very similar boat were, like, going with this guy and, like, actually finding success, like losing weight, you know. Anyway, that kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of, like, that, where it is, it's like, those things exist in real life. And honestly, some of these personal trainer guys, they give off culty vibes, but, like, maybe not in
They
a
do.
bad way, but they, like, some of these personal trainer guys, like, yeah, like, they'll be like, you can do it, let's lose this weight. And it's like,
Mhm.
that stuff turns me off. I'm always like, bro, chill out. I couldn't be around
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like,
Yeah.
like, go away. Like, I do it at my own pace. But for some reason, for some people that works, like, that motivation. And sure, and maybe it would even work for me to some degree, but, like, I don't know. But it's an interesting thing. Like, that's very similar vibes from, like, a cult leader. The personal trainer guys have an in. So I like that for Legion. I think he might have an advantage. +1 to
They do.
persuasion.
Yeah, like, as far as my fitness regimen, like, I do follow, like, videos on YouTube, but it's always like genuine people. Like, people are like, okay, we're going through this, but you see me taking breaks. You know it's hard if I'm taking breaks. So if you have to take a breath before you start another rep, that's perfectly fine. If you have to sit the rest out, that's fine too. But, try your hardest and keep breathing. And I'm like, that's always, like, the
I like that.
attitude I like
It's
going into.
realistic.
Yeah, like the guy's like I'm sweating. I know I'm a big guy. I'm taking breaks. This is hard. These are only 15 pounds. And my arms are burning. So if you need to take a
Yeah.
rest, go for it.
Girl,
I'm like,
I do. It's hard.
yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I might have lost it, but no, guess the people who, yeah, I probably lost it. I guess never mind. I was gonna link something funny.
I guess never mind.
Yeah, I guess never mind. I'll just try to make it funny. No, but yeah, I was gonna link you something on Reddit. I guess I can't find it. That was something else that was distracting me. But there was this funny picture I saw on Reddit, and it reminds me of this. It was like someone found a rock engraved in Greece, like ancient. It's like ancient Greece, like writing, and it was carved with words, and it said something like, I think it was like Babylos, son of Gorthan, could lift this rock over his head. It was like the ancient gym bro, because it was like
Yeah,
a
he's
30
posting
pound
about his
rock. And it
gains.
was like this guy could lift it over his head. They had to engrave
like,
it, into the rock. So
Dang.
I feel like that's like your progenitor. That's like your patron saint. Whoever carved that in is like your historical cult leader that you could point to.
Oh yeah, I'll like much like gym influencer culture right now. Like, especially for Labor King, it's like our ancestors did this and that, and they lived off this and that, and they were hunting bears by this age, and we were providing for women like that, and like, yeah, there's very like call to the ancestors, even though they probably have never read a history book in their fucking life.
Right.
Those people can get into some weird areas, but I know what you mean. Like, 'cause there's the guys who are they're kind of like, oh yeah, return to monkey.
Right.
Oh
You even
my
have like
God.
people like, here's the caveman diet, right? Like this is
Right.
raw
The people
foods
eating
and
like
stuff like that.
nothing but
Here's
meat.
here's the carnivore diet. Like you're only eating
I
this.
just saw that guy. He
Like
was
here's
like,
the Viking diet, where we're drinking
The
milk
dude-
fucking 50% of the
The
time.
dude gets on TikTok and eats like raw bull testicles, and he looks like his.
Ew.
He looks like he's like. It looks like his organs are like swelling. Like I think he's unwell
But-
very bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
yeah,
I-
Liver King's on steroids still. Like he's still
Yeah.
fucking up his body.
I think I
So-
remember.
Like, he's like
bad.
aged like 10 years from last time he got
Right.
canceled.
I think I know.
God,
Yeah.
he's gonna end up with cancer.
Oh yeah.
Or heart attack.
On the
Yeah.
other end of the spectrum, I think so too. On the other end of the spectrum, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is that I did see this TikTok guy. I think he's been posted on Reddit a few times. He actually kind of looks like you actually, Little Legion. Maybe you might know him. He's not. I think he's on TikTok, but he's like a fitness guy, and like he does these. I forgot his name, but I've seen it a few times. Where he does these like very like entry level, but like how do you word it? He does like encouraging like very basic like exercise for like really really large people. You know what I mean? And like and it's like, there's that kind of like very easygoing personality that helps people like, he's just like, all you have to do is like if you just like do one thing. I can't remember even what it was. Like if you just like stand up and do like if you like I don't even know, if you do like one sit up, that's better than none, but he's like very wholesome about it. And those guys can be pretty cool. And I've seen a few different like TikToks or something of with people just like, here's your entry level, here's an easy exercise to do. And there's some personalities on that side of the spectrum too. So definitely it's like the yin and yang. That's who you have to hire that guy for your cult too, for the positive reinforcement.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna turn toxic.
But you also have to do the yell, the guy who yells at you.
Yes, yeah. You're
have
not
to.
a man.
God.
Like, you'll never. What was the funny thing like this fucking boot sergeant said? You'll never be financially successful or stable unless you complete this boot camp. I'm like,
What?
But they gave you like $1,000, like several $1,000s actually.
Well,
I'm already financially unstable.
That's such a
Yeah.
That down payment.
That's such a bald faced like thing to say.
that's pretty. Yeah, that's fucked up. You're like, dang it, what? Why? If you guys want, my brother is dying for me to tell you his idea for his cult.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible. Like, it's not real. These are not his real ideas, just to put out there.
Disclaimer,
How much-
guys.
Yeah, disclaimer.
How much?
Just for the podcast.
How much cannibalism is involved?
None
Whoa.
for now. But he came up with an idea that actually some people would probably run with. So just think of the Disney adults that you hear about, right?
Oh no.
It's like
Right.
die-hard Disney fans. Like when I take my kids to Disneyland, I get on these like websites on Facebook that are like, what is it, like cheap things to do or like hacks or things like that. Like with that, we navigated through Disneyland and Disney World finding water stations and cheap food and shit like that, right? Some of it's beneficial. I got some free stuff one time too, like
Or like how to utilize your fast pass, like
yes, how to
like
do
more
things
efficiently.
like that. I'm on a bingo group and I win like Loungefly bags and like yeah, there's people out there that are freaking
bingo
diehard.
group. Happy 80th birthday.
Thank you. Hey, I spent like $5-10 and I got 2 bags and those bags are worth like $80 each. So
Let's go.
okay,
Profit
yeah,
stonks.
let's go. Yeah, so he was like, there are probably Disney fanatics out there that hold the belief that the newer movies aren't really like up to par, right? They want to have them how they used to be. So basically, with racial undertones, okay?
Of course.
So, the characters, like, in the old movies, like Jungle Book, and do you see
Yeah,
Joey?
I'm just crawling under the bed like
She was upside
the
down.
like the fucking Exorcist down as it.
She just slid. All right, sorry, that was weird as hell.
Well,
Anyway,
only us will ever know what that looked like. That was funny.
Yeah,
It was a cat
like
sliding
Audio
across the
listeners,
floor.
Alyssa's cat is possessed. Audio listeners.
yeah, it's fine. But so Gary's saying that, there's probably people out there that want the racial undertones because those movies were written when Walt Disney was alive, okay? And so that's the focus of the group. Like, take, for instance, how they changed The Little Mermaid and how some people were like, why is there a brown mermaid,
Oh,
And
because of the remake. Okay, yeah.
because of the remake. I
Whatever you
don't
call
think he was alive when The Little Mermaid was written. But you get where I'm going. It's the idea,
Right.
And, how they changed out Splash Mountain to be Princess and the Frog because Splash Mountain was originally from the movie Songs of the South.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it was super racist.
There's some good movies about that. Defunctland on YouTube. I'm sorry, I have to shout them out. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But there are people that are like, why are you changing it? Why are you doing this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's not what Walt Disney would want. And so this is where the cult comes in, right?
think,
And
yeah.
so
Right.
I think I'm
my
starting to see
brother,
it.
yeah, my brother's like, okay, so there's individuals, they meet in the organic way. They're Disney adults, right? But they're like, we should really keep movies how they used to be. And there's one charismatic individual that's like, listen, fucking Gary, I'm an ex-employee of Disneyland. And I know that there is an actual chamber where they keep Walt Disney's head in a cryogenic freezer.
The Chambers
Right?
of Secrets.
The Chamber of Secrets. And he goes on to say that this is where we're like spitballing ideas. Well, why should they believe this person? Okay, he used to work at Disneyland and he can hear Walt through the chamber, right? But he's the only one for some reason. And he's like, I want you to start, finding the people that believe in my true ideas for these movies and bring them together. And I think the whole idea is to find the perfect specimen to sacrifice their body for his head later.
Oh.
So everyone
like
is
that.
kind of like, fighting together. And if we can get the perfect body for his head, we can get more movies,
Nah, we can get Walt back.
We can get Walt back. And so, but this Disneyland employee, he's the only person that can get to
The
the head,
prophet,
right?
the
He doesn't
prophet
work
of
at
Walt.
Disneyland. Yes. he doesn't work at Disneyland anymore because who fucking knows.
Well,
but
he was
you
probably
can still go.
he was probably doing some very disgusting things.
Maybe. But he knows where the head is and he can still talk to it.
He knows
And the
where the
head's
head
giving
is.
him ideas, right?
Where that head
And I was like, well, where are they going to meet? How are they going to do their ritual and stuff like that? And he's like, oh, those fucking freaks. He's like, they'll probably go in the Haunted Mansion, or the Pirates of the Caribbean, and they'll hold ritual while they're waiting in line, So they'll be like with candles and saying prayers and stuff like that. But other people will be into it. They'll be like, oh, we're just diehard Walt Disney fans. Like, we're just trying to bring
Right.
back original ideas that he had.
Traditional Disney culture things.
Traditional. And then he was going off and being like, you could do it in a Mickey voice. He's like, do you guys remember when things used to be pure? And he's like, like doing the fucking
What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
I
it
don't
turned
think
into
he
Five Nights
voiced
at
it.
Freddy.
Yes. He's like, don't you miss the true ideas of Walt Disney? And wouldn't it be great to bring him back? Like,
I mean, is that
who
what they
wants to be?
in the Haunted Mansion? You're saying that's where they like do the ritual? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Right, 'cause, like
waiting in line.
Well, waiting in line because I was saying like on the ride, like they project like ghosts into your little
Yeah.
cart, right? And like, dude,
Mhm.
I'm not joking. Here's some lore, some Relly lore, some real
Mhm.
lore. No, not that. I think I got like freaked out. I was like 6 years old or 5. I think I was 5 years old, and I went on Haunted Mansion. And
It was last year.
It was about 15 minutes ago after I snuck into Alyssa's house.
Oh God.
And like I think I was freaked out. Like I was like, because I didn't like the fact that like they were I didn't even know to this day. Isn't that like? It was a cool technological like feat how they do that and how they project that into your. And I was freaked out at 5 because, geez, even looking back now, if someone said in 1995 they had that technology, I'd be like, that's freaky.
Yes,
and
I
so
watched
anyway,
a thing about that.
Yeah, so yeah, and I'm sure Defunctland has video about it too. Anyway, that would be an interesting tool to use for like indoctrination. All of a sudden, maybe instead of like spoopy goats, you project like Walt or somebody into their
yes,
and it's
his
like,
head.
Yeah, his head, and and maybe even drug some of these guys before they go on the ride, so they're trip and fall, and they have like Walt's head talking to them. You know,
yeah.
I think that's Far Cry 4 or 5.
You could give him like the Snow White apple, but it's like ketamine.
Ooh,
exactly,
I like that.
It was
Make
like
that an edible, somebody out there.
Yeah.
And or there isn't that real zombie dust that actually exists where people like stop, they can't remember what happened. Have you heard about that?
Roofies?
I would love it. I know it's like a very I think they call it zombie dust. I'm not joking. I should search it, but yeah,
look it up.
It's like people say that people can use it on you and you literally don't remember the last like several hours. And it's like it works instantly. It's actually
it does sound like a roofie.
Yeah, sure, but like it's even like at least that you have to like drink something that you left unattended.
Yeah.
But like this is literally dust that you could literally like blow into somebody's face.
You're just like poof.
It's pocket sand. Sha sha sha.
Pocket sand. Sha sha. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rip the voice
yeah.
actor,
That was my favorite character.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, like that is a realistic cult.
Sure.
I feel like there would be. They'd be like, it's not racist. These are, these were his original ideas.
Well, that part is interesting. I think you do have a good I think you should concentrate more on the Disney adults. They're prime for cults. Like,
yes.
Now the racist Disney adults. Okay, that's also interesting. Yeah.
It's there.
But I kind of like the idea though of getting like Walt's thoughts, and like you could recreate. I think that's good. Like you could get that crowd of like people who are like, I don't like the changes, and you're like, I can see Walt's brain, and then like you make that video that movie. And I'm sure the other, the other Disney adults could go along with it. So I kind of like that. It's a good way of getting like the racist ones.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, well, I think you'd really like if this film was anti-Jewish. This would be great.
Yeah.
Isn't that's a Family Guy joke, right? Like, I don't want to even repeat it, but he's like, oh, all the Jews gone, and then they're like, no, and he's like, okay, and then he goes back into the cryogenic pod.
Yeah, they want more of those adaptations, like the crows and the gorillas and all that from Jungle Book. They're like, no, those are his ideas. That's what he wanted.
No, I like that. I just like. I mean, yeah. Again, like, yeah. I like the idea of like, or even something else. You could just throw something out of pocket too. Just be like, this film too, and it's just like about like a polar bear. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's from Walt Disney. He's in my brain, so yeah. Let's make it.
And you could have them dump money into it too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's make it, and then it's
merchandise sells for a lot.
Some Adam Sandler type scams. Get all your friends to star in it.
Right.
Yeah, but it's crazy. There are people just where I live. Like we're like what 4 or 5 hours from.
I thought you were looking for them. There's people.
There's people here. For them. My cat. She keeps stalking around. I don't know what she's doing.
There's people. There's people, and you're like looking around yourself. You're like, there's people.
They're here.
They're here.
But there are people like where I live that I grew up with, and they get like the season pass or the yearly pass, whatever the fuck it is, and they go to Disneyland like 6 times a year, and I'm like, it's like a once in a
I literally have only been once
in a few years thing. I've been a few times, but it's so expensive. Staying out there is expensive. food and
Food,
drink,
water,
and
transportation.
fucking parking. Everything is so
yeah.
expensive. It should only be like every once in a while, every few years,
Yeah.
you know. But the adults, it's like
Yeah,
Right.
it's crazy.
I never see the appeal. Like, yeah, it's fun to go do but they're little kid rides. Like, if you ride the Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, you could do it a couple times, but it's not like a roller coaster. You could do Thunder Mountain Railroad a couple times. Yeah, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Space Mountain, but it's not like fucking Six Flags where it's just all day
Right.
like woo. It's little kid stuff. You know,
Right.
so I don't see why you would
It's
spend.
It's the
it's
magical experience. Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. I think I heard this saying not too long ago. What is it? Like if you're wealthy, you go to Disneyland or World every year. If you're middle class, you've gone to Disney World. And if you're poor, you've never been to Disney World.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm the middle class. I went once when I was 5. I've never even really had the opportunity to ever go to Disneyland or Disney World. I went to Disney World when I was a kid. It was our whole family, like it was my whole extended family. I think they just, you know, they pooled their money. You know what I mean? Like it was not an easy trip to like just finance out of pocket. It was really like, you know, it was like, okay,
yeah.
let's all pool our money and go down there. And I had a really good time, but I wish I could go again sometime. So maybe I'm a Disney adult because I'd really like to go back there and experience it like as a fully formed brain.
It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, and also like the people who go like 6 times a year. Alyssa, you've been to Disney World now, right?
Yeah, just the one time, the first time this year.
Yeah. So you can visit every kingdom within a week and like see everything that needs to be seen. There's nothing really new that gets added outside of like October events and Christmas time. Like I don't see the appeal of going multiple times a year.
Yeah.
For the same thing.
No. It's fucking bananas. Like, okay, so I live in California. I've been to Disneyland like a handful of times. And, you know, new stuff has been added. I actually didn't see the new Star Wars thing. It was being built the last time that I went. But when I went to Disney World, in the 90s, I wanted to go to fucking Orlando so bad. Nickelodeon and Universal Studios. I still have never been here in California. And
well,
Disney
I don't think
World,
you can
like,
anymore.
Dope.
Yeah.
Me?
No, I'm just saying.
And
yeah, Nickelodeon Studios, I don't think exists anymore.
Oh no, that.
Yeah.
No, that you're gonna say because you're in a hurricane and now
like,
you can't go.
Wait, what?
Oh,
You know,
sorry. I should have interrupted you. I'm sorry.
But it was like a dream in the 90s to go and see like Epcot, you know, and be there. But, you know, of course, my mom could never afford that. I couldn't even fucking afford it now at 32 years old. We went to all those parks, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios. Still didn't see Universal Studios. I really need to go here in California. But it is just... Disneyland is a gas station compared to the size of Disney World.
Yeah,
and its
of
parks.
Disney World. It's crazy.
I mean,
So,
I only know Disney World, and it's gigantic.
yeah. I can understand going more to Disney World if you were to get a pass because there's just so much. But having a pass to Disneyland, it's so small and there's like you said, there's nothing new. I just don't understand it, but man, it is crazy how insane. And I'm sure in the 90s it was expensive, but now
I'm sure it's way more.
No, yeah.
You're spending, you go and eat somewhere and you're going to spend $25 for just you to eat, you know, for just a plate. And water's like $4
and it's
or
not
$5.
even, well, depending where you go. There's some buffets that are really good in Disney World. But for the most part, it's food, especially at the hotels that are inside the actual parks and things like that.
Yeah.
It
was so crazy.
Hang out in the Tiki Lodge.
Yeah.
Get really high and go to the Tiki Lodge and just spend your whole day there.
Oh, man. Yeah, they're just to give an idea of, people have never been to Disney World but have only been to Disneyland. We took a ferry to get to there. You're you park and you get into this area, you go through security, get your tickets and all that other shit. You could take the monorail to Disney World or you could get on a ferry boat. And it's you're going through a mile or so of water to get to the actual Disney World. It's
I took the monorail.
Huge. The monorail. We did the first time, but it was too crowded. I kept knocking into a baby, and a lady was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Well, I didn't think 6,000 people were gonna get on after me. I'm sorry."
What'd you do to that poor baby?
Oh, I bumped into his fucking stroller.
Oh,
Whatever.
he'll never recover.
Fucking baby. I was trying to go to Disney World.
He'll
But
always
yeah.
remember that when he remembers Disney World. This is Alyssa bumping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
kid
his
is
first
traumatized.
experience. Wait, let me just hold him then. Just give me your
It's my
baby.
kid now.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it
What
was.
am I called? Sunflowers.
I can.
I can give the baby a sunflower.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna recruit.
Bless you, my child.
there.
Oh yeah, put a sunflower oil on his forehead. Bless him.
Like it's good for yeah.
Yeah.
Draw the sun.
Yeah, well,
right here.
yeah, draw
yeah,
the
well,
sun.
yeah. It'd be like a 5-year-old drawing of the sun. That would be like
Yeah,
little-
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The lines.
That's your symbol
Yeah.
for
Would it
sure.
be
I mean,
dieseled?
you can maybe get a little more creative with it, but I mean that's an old go-to, and I think it's good. But no, I agree. Disney adults would make perfect fodder for cult members. I think that's a really good idea.
They're so into it. Like they have
They
the
are.
dress up days, like Dapper Days and all that. Like,
I have no idea.
like I'm
There's
not gonna
been
say.
weddings at Disneyland, anniversaries.
You know how many proposals
It's-
I've seen? Jesus.
Right.
Like I know people love it and stuff like that, but it's I don't know. It's a little much. Like I'm not saying any names, but
I think it.
I know
We'll call them Mark and Sally.
they went to Disneyland like more times than I could count. Like and they would stay for like a couple of weeks. So they went so much, right, that now this company pays them to go and like take pictures and stuff like that.
Are they
and
like an Instagram account kind of thing?
I think so, but I see a lot of their shit on Facebook,
It's just
and they go
social
there
media.
in Disney World constantly. But imagine, like, you went for fun, and you would dress up and do all this other crap. But now imagine this is your job. You have to spend all
Right.
day at the park with your kids, and you're taking pictures like, oh, go eat at this restaurant, take a picture of your soup with your mouth, and just like, it's like,
Right.
at what point does it stop being fun, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand the psychology. I get. I mean, once again, I'll shill once again for some of these deep dive YouTube guys like Defunctland. Like they get real deep into the rides and some of the culture and stories behind like these Disney rides and like and other attractions. But like you can tell that they're like not weird about it. They just have a simple interest in it, and it's like that's great. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
it's when they're like, oh my god, we have to like dress up as the character and then like take pictures of ourselves in front of like each ride, and it's like
Yeah.
calm down, like no, like why? But you're right. I mean, some people do get paid to do it. I think like
Right.
Disney, Walt himself will like pay these people to like to like do this stuff on social media, and like that it was Defunctland who made a video about like the line skipping system and how it like kind of imploded on itself. And,
Yes.
and a lot of that is driven by these Disney adults that like snatch up like all the slots for the day at like 4 a.m. You know what I mean? And they like have like an algorithm that they just snatch them all and like you know what I mean?
It's so annoying.
It's
Right.
it's
Well,
fascinating.
did you guys hear about the handicap situation?
Yes, I
Disney?
did. Yeah, go ahead and explain it.
Oh,
To
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened?
Like, so Disney is like super like they're super like anal about like verifying that you're handicapped. You got to get all these certificates, like doctor's notes, things like that, to show that you are allowed to go through the fast lane line, right, where the handicapped people go, because people have been hiring handicapped people to be in their group so they can get in the shorter lines. They've been faking injuries so they can get in the shorter lines, and Disney's like completely cracked down upon it, where like you even have to have
Good.
like veterinary things, but it's not good actually, because they've like people who have disabilities now have to jump all through all these hoops. You know, like people with service dogs have to contact their veterinarian to make sure they're all vaccinated to get all these things, and you got to show like these legal documents. It's basically like getting like going to the DMV and having all these documents with on you constantly before you get on every ride. So like a lot of like, you know, the handicapped community and people with disabilities are being pissed about it
tough.
Yeah.
because like now their system's fucked up. Like people who've like driven like hours or taken plane rides there only to figure out that they don't have certain documentation that they needed
That-
because Disney
yeah.
was never clear about it, because like their rules are arbitrary for like what sort of identification like proves that you're disabled or need like a pet or things like that.
Damn, that sucks.
The way I heard it, or at least a different or a slightly, probably a related way I've heard this something happened, or they had to change some rules, is differently abled people or disabled people would like they could, I think there's a way, if they had a linescape, they could use it with other people with them. So people would with that
people would hire them. Yeah,
so people would hire these.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that was
that.
Okay. I just had to come at it from a slightly different angle. Yeah, people would hire these people to skip the lines, and so that's why they had to crack down, right? And then so it is. It's almost like what do you? It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because like you want to let people skip, and you want their family to be able to skip with them, so they could ride with them. But that doesn't. But then if someone just hires a person with
when you abuse the
disabilities,
system, like
abuse the system, right? And I mean these people with disabilities, and honestly, I don't blame them for taking advantage of that for sure. So it's like it is. But like I'm not exactly gonna like come down super hard on Disney for cracking down on that. It's a very tough situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess fuck Disney, because
I'll admit, like when I went with my family, like my grandparents when they finally got to go to Disney World, they were in like their late 70s, so they obviously needed a wheelchair to go to stuff. And I'll admit, it felt pretty good just skipping lines, because I was pushing my grandma to the next ride. Like, oh, we're going. They're like, oh yeah, go to the sidecar.
Right. That's really
like,
nice.
You can go to your family.
Actually, I've experienced it in both Disneyland and Disney World, being with a handicapped person.
Okay.
In Disneyland, the last time I was with someone that was in a wheelchair was 12 years ago, right? And in Disneyland, they were a lot more lenient. Like, you walk up, I need a wheelchair, here you go. And you could skip all the lines. There was no questions asked. You basically went in the Fast Pass area, right? Right on the ride. In Disney World, just when did I go? A month and a half, 2 months ago. We went up, got the wheelchairs, no questions asked, but it was not the same as Disneyland. You still had to wait in line with everybody else, but when you got to a certain point, they would take you over to the side and you would just get on the ride by yourself in a different area.
Right.
There were a couple of places in Hollywood Studios that would fast pass you, but I guess in Disney World, it's like, it doesn't matter. You're in line with everybody else.
Right.
Yeah. So is that does that mean that Disney
treatment?
Yeah, no special treatment. So does that mean that Disneyland now is like, they're policing?
Both parks are now like heavily enforcing.
And
that must have happened after I left.
Documents. Yeah, it's been a real problem lately.
They've changed, I think, the way they do the Fast Pass. Like I say, that Defunctland with the Fast Pass video, that's an interesting one. I should link it into the Discord, because that one's fascinating, because it's the way it kind of collapsed in itself. And I don't know what they do now. Like, when you went, like, were you able to like reserve rides, or like how?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think you're limited, right?
You can only reserve one ride at a time with the Genie Pass.
Yeah, that's basically the change they had to make.
It wasn't right away either. You had time slots, and those had lines. So I can see where, because I remember before when we had went in Disneyland, we would do like some kind of lightning pass, and it would be like, you have to get here at this time, and we'd run over there and we'd get on the ride right away. But now everybody's buying it. Everybody's buying it, and so there's time slots, and then you just wait in a separate line. Okay, here's the lightning pass line next to the regular line, and you're just a little bit quicker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way,
like unless you know the system, you're not really saving any time.
That was the problem. If someone knew the system and they had like unlimited reservations, like then that would block everybody else from doing pretty much anything. So like someone who didn't know how the system worked is just sitting there like everything's like reserved and I can't do anything.
For real, like, oh my god. I remember we were waiting for the Snow White ride, and we were in line for like over an hour, and then we get to the front, and they closed the doors, and the ride broke down.
Rip.
And we were like, are you fucking... Dude, in Florida, it was so hot, and then I'm pushing her around in a wheelchair.
Right.
I'm like... I was fuming. I was
about to throw hands with Snow White.
Yeah, I was like, "You fucking forest bitch!" Like,
Did you have
find the line where all the kids are waiting to sign their stuff?
Yeah.
Start our punches.
Oh yeah, the meet and greet. You
Yeah.
son of a bitch. God.
Yeah, did you have to do some lines of Snow White after that experience?
Shit. Oh my god. It was so hot in Florida, man. All I wanted to do was just lay in an ice bath all day long.
Dude, I
It was
can't
so
handle
gross.
that shit. I mean, back when luckily the weather wasn't too bad when I was there. It is actually funny because I did go with my grandma. She was pretty old at the time, and but she was walking everywhere. It was impressive. I wish she was in a
thrive.
wheelchair. I wish she was in a wheelchair so I could push her around to get the special treatment, but I couldn't. My mom was always like, "Oh wow, her mom." She was like, "My grandma was really. She just walked everywhere. Like she never got a wheelchair or anything." So shout out, grandma. Rip in peace.
And you were like, I wish you were in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I wish you were in a wheelchair, grandma.
Just pretend you're injured.
Want to get on the freaking Pirates of the Caribbean 5 times.
Trying to get on the
Dude,
Matterhorn.
Small world,
Yeah.
baby. Small world, but gang.
That, you know what's crazy about that too is like when I went to Disneyland with this asshole and his family, and he was in a wheelchair. It was like 5 of us, right? And we would all go in line, and they were like, "Oh yeah, everybody!" Like big groups of people just because one person's in a wheelchair.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's that's what they had to change.
You
See,
would-
I don't think I was abusing that much because, like, besides my 2 grandparents, there's only like 3 of us
Right.
also
Right.
going onto the ride.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's abusing the system, but that's how it worked for when we were down there.
I feel like it should be at least 2 people minimum, right? Whoever can fit in the seat on the ride.
you'd
But
think
it's like,
so.
does everyone really need to, again, our group wants to stay together.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
will
true.
meet up.
There was a couple of times where like it'd be like my grandparent and my auntie, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is only a 2-seater. Okay, let's go to the back
Right.
one." It's
Right,
like,
yeah.
It's like, well, the disabled person's already taken care of. Like, I don't actually need to be here. I should actually go into the actual line, but here I am taking up another
Yeah.
2-seater.
I felt guilty, man, every time
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, I'm not disabled, but I'm with them. They're like, no, all the groups together. But
Mm-hmm.
had I not been with her, I would have been waiting for fucking who knows how long, right?
Right.
So I don't know. There's pros and cons to it. I think it's good. At least when you're booking your tickets, because most people book them online, right? And so it should
Right.
have those disclaimers. Hey, if you're gonna need handicap assistance, make sure you have A, B, and C, right?
Yeah.
And I think it would help, but God, it's just there's so.
They just
many
need
people.
to find some sort of like way to let people know which kind of documents they need, because certain states have certain certificates or like paperwork telling you that this person's disabled for what, and then they also have to like determine like how disabled do you have to be
Right.
on this ride. Like if you're partially blind, do you still wait in line or do you get the fast pass, right? If it's
Oh.
just like you on like a leg brace but you're still walking, are you still supposed to be in line as opposed to like having crutches and stuff like that? There's also
There's-
that like the gray area of disability and
There-
injury.
There's probably a Disney group that's cult-like that doesn't want disabled people in the parks.
Oh, that's part of your. Yeah. Wait, is that? It's part of Legion's cult.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
disabled people.
Mm-hmm. You all weak.
Yeah, like,
The side note I have about It's a Small World After All is I love the bromine smell in that ride.
ugh.
They sell candles that smell like that ride. I like it.
Yeah.
The water and all that.
Well, yeah, it's a certain chemical, and to me it smells pretty good. I mean, it smells like a chemical, but I think it's a good smell.
I like the smell of the Pirates of the Caribbean, of the water and the.
The water.
Isn't that
Yeah.
isn't that the same smell? I think
It might
I
be.
think
I
it's
don't
both
know.
bromine.
I think
No.
mine's better
Oh yeah, you're right.
because it's not a small world.
Right,
I
it
hate
is an
that
annoying
ride.
song. You're right. Pirates is a better ride because it's not annoying.
Right.
Well, I always wanted to go to that restaurant. Like you can only
Me
be like
too.
the exclusive. Like you got to know somebody like the higher ups at Disney to actually get into the restaurant. But
Yeah.
I'm always curious about that restaurant on the side.
Oh, those people I was talking about, they go
Yeah.
there, you know.
Oh,
I'm
damn,
gonna
that must
link.
be
I'm gonna link
reach.
this
Yeah.
Defunctland video in the general chat of the Discord. So
Yeah, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
or,
it's just
I
a
guess, the
really.
description of the podcast.
I mean, I don't know how we took this what diversion, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I still want to go to Disney.
For sure.
Despite all the
I
crazy,
want to go,
crazy
yeah.
shit
I
and
would
the
love
and
to
the
go.
fucking inflation and all that and the lines and the people, I still want to go to
I
Disney.
mean, if
We
we
should go.
yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that's brainwashing or that's just me. Like, I need a vacation. But
I know, I just
Alyssa-
went. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to go, you guys.
Alyssa wasn't so successful with her Sun cult, but she got us with the Disney cult.
I know. See? That was Gary.
Gary's got us. Oops. Yeah,
Mhm.
Gary's got us pegged pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
gotta play on nostalgia more than lifestyle, I guess.
But I could
See-
combine it. See, I'm gonna make a game with the Disney stuff, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
Ari's game. What is it? The
the Disney Dreamland.
Dreamland.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that into the app, and then there we go. The Disney adults are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Like,
Gary...
yeah, I feel like that game's like the perfect balance of like your 5-year-old brain liking Disney
Oh
stuff
my gosh.
and interacting with stuff. I still want to play it, honestly.
If there was a competition between these cults and Gary actually like went full throttle with it, he would, and he would be
Mhm.
particularly heinous about it
Well,
because
Oh, yeah.
he would be competitive.
right. I mean, I'm just saying. I think I have my fingers in a lot of pies with mine. I think I could manipulate pretty good, especially with their whole cell phone data at my disposal, with AI and AI generated stuff. But
Yeah.
but I think everybody has strong suits. I think we all have a good
I think so.
ins with certain people, certain types of people. That's all you
I
need.
think so.
I like Gary's idea because I like I don't like the idea, but I think it's a funny idea of like people like hiding to murder like certain people, like political parties.
Uh-huh.
They like hide knives inside like the Mickey Mouse gloves. Then they like unsheath it out the glove and like stab people.
Yeah,
then
he,
run off.
he would have.
Yeah.
He's so competitive. Since I was like 10 years old, I refused to play Monopoly with him because he would always be the banker because he was older and he would cheat. I will not play. And my mom and his girlfriend, they just played not too long ago. They were sending me pictures of all, oh, good luck. And miraculously, my mom's like, he can't cheat. It's a credit card based game. Like, you click points. But miraculously, the game ended up not working. And I was like, yeah. He's all, I won. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, big waste of time. I could have told you that. But he would be ridiculous with this. Like,
is he also the guy that
leave
would
the
get
mouse
really
ears
mad?
as a calling card?
Yeah.
yeah.
Would he get really mad if he started losing, though? I think a lot of times what happens is that these people who are really good at Monopoly just, like, what happens is that other people feel bad for them.
He would accuse me of cheating.
Yeah. So it's like, well, if he's gonna like
Fucking
leave,
accuser.
if he's gonna get pissed off and leave, then I'll just give him that, and then they use that little leverage that you give them, and then they use that to flip the game on you, and then they win.
Yeah, I feel like, because if he's cheating, if I'm somehow winning, then I'm cheating too.
Right.
So he would have, I don't know, he would have to be
That
really...
goes back to gamer culture.
Yes.
If you're winning, you must be cheating.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but
yeah,
to win will set
that's
you
him.
free. Well,
But
then
if he was in charge of a cult,
so I might
Yeah.
be able to actually get him as a follower. He's going to be really competitive over this. He's going to give me lots of money to get number
He's
one on the
gonna-
leaderboard.
try to convince you that there's more candy in his pinata.
Well,
and
and
like,
then that's why he can be one of my lieutenants, because we need that court drama in our cult. So he'll be high in my
Yeah,
cult
he'll usurp
leadership.
you though, man.
yeah.
He'll be trying to do like some backroom stuff to like seize power.
Right, and hey,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's drama. If I get a knife in my back, at least I had fun. What is it?
But it was
Yeah.
from a Disney glove.
What does Creed
The
say in the
Mickey Mouse
office?
glove.
He says it's more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Ooh, yeah, that's Gary's perspective for sure.
Yeah.
He would try to like convince you that you need to integrate your cult with his, and he would just take over your shit too. Probably.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean,
that's how
if that's
he
how,
thinks.
if that's right, yeah, he seems like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is as soon as he comes in, just I don't know, give him the boot out the door.
Yeah.
We don't need his drama. He's gonna, like you say, he's gonna infiltrate.
Any cult that anyone has should just have a picture of my brother with an X on it.
That's a good idea. The cult of Anti-Gary.
Yeah.
Start that.
The whole world is a cult except him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because he's going to be the one to infiltrate and start spreading shit. Like, he would be the
he's
type
like the
of
Lucifer
person...
character. He's the one that unites everybody against him.
The what's it called? Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Kinda.
Yeah, he would, like, go into, like, someone else's cult and be able to convince them why it's stupid. You know, like, he would go into Legion's cult and convince people that it's better to live their lives and eat the food that they want, and they would be happier that way.
Right.
You know, and they'd be like,
right, like secretly turn people against the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
that's what he would do.
That's what I mean by court drama. Yep. You just kind of...
Yes.
Game of Thrones, any of that stuff. It's or any RPG campaign. Love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of games, dang, like that kind of makes me want like an idea. Like, you guys know like Age of Empires and stuff like that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If there's like a mod that we can like turn the game into like a cult like battle, like where like different countries would be different cults. I'd wonder how that game would go.
Europa, you know what? I bet Europa Universalis has a mod for that. Or
yeah,
one of those
that'd be sick.
Hearts of Iron or something might have something. I can't remember. One of those is popular with mods. There's like I bet one of them has like cult like leaders instead of like country leaders.
Right. It's basically like the same game, right? Where you're like getting territory, you're getting more people to your side. You're building your civilization. You would just switch it to like a cult system and see like who would win the world, I guess.
Damn, I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah, like he and I couldn't work together on one because I would be like wanting organization and checking things, and he would want chaos.
Yeah, war.
Like when we play games like Sea of Thieves and stuff, I'll be like, okay, we need to get this, and this, and he'll start attacking people from our ship.
Just attacking galleons and stuff like that.
Yes,
that's the most fun part. That's the most fun part of being a cult leader. It's injecting the chaos every once in a while.
Yeah, just going, what?
I mean, because that would be fun for me. Like in my app, I would just put out random announcements, just being like, it is now bad to like have this many points, and then people, I don't know, and you just have to like react. And you just see how they react. You know what I mean? And like it'd be fascinating psychological like group behavior studies. You know,
just shaking the beehive.
Right. And then it's like you could write that down. You could document it. I'm not joking. That shit's valuable information. Like if you just like even if a crazy person starts a cult and does this stuff, like documenting it and all the reactions to it is like the highest value of information of a study that you could ever do. Like people were fascinated with the Jonestown, like you know what I mean? Like as shitty as it was, like if like historians had access to every little tiny bit of information from it, they would love it. And even if that came from Jim Jones's Don't Diary, they'd still love it.
Yeah. Oh, let me give you a perfect example of the things that he does and why my mom grounded us from The Sims for a while. He was one of the first people I had ever seen build a room around a Sim and take the windows and doors away.
I mean, if you browse some of those, like, I don't know, like subreddits or other forums about The Sims, there's some psychopaths, dude.
It's terrible.
That's so funny. Yeah, like before the internet was a thing. Yeah, I didn't know people would do that to their Sims. Like, like just like, hey, I took away the pool ladder and he's just stuck in the pool.
I would
swimming and crying.
I would do it once. Like I remember experimenting, being like, I wonder what happens, and then they die, and I'd be like, that's a little sad. But then like I didn't care. But then I heard people like doing it all the time. I'm like, but like, what's the point? But like they die, like, and then the game's over, or they're just a ghost. So what's okay? And like I get maybe if you wanted a bunch of ghosts, which is cool, but like people who just watching their Sims die, it's like okay.
Yeah, my mom that's why she took it away, because I did it because I wanted to see, oh, what do you mean the Grim Reaper comes up? Does that mean that I
Right.
get a ghost? Does the game end?
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happens, right? But my mom came in and watched me do it, and she was like, Alyssa, this is awful. I can't hear them crying anymore. They're peeing themselves, they're hungry, they're crying. And they lay down and they die. And she's like, this is terrible. So, yes, I was like, I know, but I want to see the thing, you know. But, yeah, if you did it more than that, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Was she in the room? I guess I was.
Yeah,
I was
in
always
the living room playing.
I was always. I was always. I insisted my video games are always in my room. But no, I get it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would go over to a friend's house and people would have like their computer in like the living room, and I'd be like, oh, and then like, and it would be one of those things where it's like, yeah, I could see that. Like if I had to play like The Sims in the living room, it'd be like, sorry, mom, they're having whoopee or whatever in the hurt bed.
Yeah, and we always lived in little apartments.
Sure,
so
no, I get it.
The living room was the main TV, and
No,
my mom would be, what the fuck are you doing?
It helped not having siblings. I was just like, actually, it was a lot of times it was in the basement, so it wasn't even like, it was still an area where like people could be, but usually they weren't. So I was able to just play The Sims and hear them drowning in peace.
In the basement, killing Sims
in the basement.
Yeah, explains a lot. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. I was just playing Halo, so
yeah, sure.
all the parents of whoever's house I was at, they were like okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't killing Sims. I'm not a murderer.
Well, I mean, but yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah.
I think in my game, I actually like I drowned the richest person so I could have their house.
True.
I mean,
the
I wanted it.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I want that 3 story, but I can't move into it if there's somebody in there.
That's another.
No, he's got to go.
Another person that does good Sims videos is Izzy. Yeah, I think they've done other videos, but they do a lot of Sims videos. It's was it IZZZ? I think it's like, oh wait, yeah, IZZ. Oh yeah, it's IZZYZZZ. Anyway, they do good Sims things where that's how I learned that in some of the other games, the Sims would like change, like their ghosts would be unique to how they died. I think that's really cool. They eventually like came, so like, you just have like water, people like leaving puddles behind if they drown, and they would be like electrified like the whole time if they had been electrocuted, things like that.
That's cool.
Or I think
I wonder if they took that away.
Well, yeah, they did take it away because it was like Sims 2 or 3 that had it, and then like 4 they like got rid of it because they went like deep into the camp territory for a while, and then they started going into like the trying to appeal to like everyone, so like it had to be like more kid friendly after a while, they thought. So it lost some of its edge, like from from game to game.
Shit. My Sims was like
lore.
more grind culture than I was. Like I made him go to work every day,
I love
pay the
grinding
bills,
Sims
like
out.
get promotions. Like,
Oh my god!
like this man was gonna be a millionaire before he was 30.
My Sims make more money than I ever will.
I was always prioritizing relationships, friends and stuff.
You gotta date everybody.
But not skipping work to have parties and shit because people are mad at me.
I didn't know how to. I would like hardly know how to play video games, so I'd always start. And this is how they got you, because like this is game logic that I wasn't privy to yet. It's probably when I first learned this, but like the military career was the one that paid up front the most. But by the time you got promoted all the way, it was they paid the least. So like I would always like grind up the military career, and like I think and then like it took me like a long time to realize, and I think it was like journalism or something was like the lowest paying, and then it became the highest paying eventually. It was like you had to like make that decision, and for the longest time I was like, I'm just gonna do military. And it's like, oh yeah, like I had to like spend a year playing it, or I forget how long, and I was like, oh, the other career tracks are a better deal, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I always did.
I wonder which writer picked that. They're like, the military shit.
Right.
Let's
Well,
make them.
it's
Let's make
based
them
on
get
real
paid
life.
the least.
It's like a real life thing, right? Because it's like because they offer you a lot, like to sign up. But then it's like, and then but like it's still a government job, so it doesn't actually pay that much at the end of the day.
Yeah, the writer wanted to be a journalist all
Right,
along,
well,
not
and
a
yeah,
game
then it's like,
writer,
yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, this
Damn
pays
it.
the most.
right.
This pays the most."
Yeah, they're like they knew they had to go through. They know you have to go through the shit. First you have to be that beat reporter kind of bullshit, and then eventually
Yeah.
get promoted to editor, which is pretty much bullshit anymore these days anyway. But I guess it was fictional enough for The Sims. I guess it had some truth to it, maybe. From back in maybe back in the '60s, you could do that.
Yeah.
True. Oh shit! Like the Sims economy is like based in the '60s. You can buy like a house for like
Right. It actually
$3,000.
is.
Oh, I know.
A lot of the aesthetics are actually very like '50s, '60s.
Yeah.
At least in the first game.
Nuclear family
Yeah.
type feel. Man, I miss those games. I still have it actually on my PC.
Me too. I have a lot of the Sims games for my PS2 and all that, and I've got one on PS4. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be entertaining stream games though. I feel like I'd just like be second lifing it and be like, okay,
Yeah,
well he's
I mean,
got to get married by this
there's a
time.
huge-
He's reaching
Yeah.
his
There's a huge
60s.
culture. I think there's a huge culture of
It is.
people watching it though. Like you'd probably get viewers.
Yeah.
Not as much as the 40K fans.
True.
Those motherfuckers come out.
True talk.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that all for
What
the cult
else?
talk? Was there more questions? I guess there wasn't because you went into the Greg ideas.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, did we explain? So who wins? Or do we let the viewers decide? Are we gonna put a poll up?
All
I
the
know.
Vegas peeps.
I love Vegas,
Put in the
so
comments.
vote for me.
Which cult you would join?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. What would you like? What realistically? What kind of a cult would you guys think you would fall into easily?
Realistically, let's see.
Marijuana cult.
Yeah.
Addiction. It would be like a midsummer thing
Yeah.
where it's like
Hot
like, it
Scandinavian
sell-
girls.
well, that too, but it mostly sells you on like being away from civilization, like just getting down to like the simpler times, right?
Right.
Where
Mhm.
there's like less distractions. Like gotta kill all the old people now.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah,
They
it-
could rope me in with those Scandinavian girls and like drugs, right? Like and like cause didn't they get like drugged or yeah,
It's the
didn't-
mushrooms.
Right.
Yeah, the mushrooms. Yeah,
Right.
the guy gave him mushrooms. So yeah, if you're out in like the Scandinavian wilderness with like
Right.
like Scandinavian chicks running around,
They always have these like feasts and stuff like that,
huge
and like
feasts, and you're
you
like,
know,
and you're tripping
yeah,
on
I'm a huge food
mushrooms.
guy, so
Yeah,
that
be
would probably be the style of cult I'd feel like that
Right.
would get me in there.
Yeah.
Well, that or that, yeah, like related to mine. If I were to slightly change mine, because I actually agree with that pretty well. But like, yeah, somebody probably marijuana cult or like some sort of cult where you do something and you get and then like the idea is like, bruh, everything's a simulation. You know what I mean? Like the whole simulation theory, like Elon Musk shit, and it's like, bruh, like tripping out on like the idea of just like we're in a simulation or we're gonna upload ourselves or we're all uploaded already. And it's like it would be kind of like it could kind of blow your mind, and like I feel like a lot of people would like to subscribe to. A lot of people already do, just like buy right into that type thing. So like really just feeding on that, I think would really help people.
That would get you.
Yeah, they'd really be
would get you.
hooked by that, gut hooked, if you will.
No, but would you like subscribe to that? Would you be like, yeah?
Oh
that
right.
sounds
Well, yeah. I guess that was the original question. I mean, yeah, I think like you say, like if you through drugs you felt like you reached a higher level of understanding, I think I would fall for something
Right,
like
like-
that. Yeah.
You know, like shrooms, right? Where you have ego death.
Right. Yeah. Ego death,
And you
and
like
then
taking them
and
out,
it's
right?
like combine that a little bit with the digital, right? Just combine that with like your ego death. We're all just uploaded bits into the fucking universe that is the cloud.
hmm
Yeah.
Then that would be like,
Hmm.
I get that.
What
bro.
about you,
So-
Alyssa?
Yeah. What about you?
What would rope you in?
Wrote me in.
rope a dope.
Well, it would probably have something to do with the cats. You know.
Oh.
You're Egyptian cult.
Yeah, it could be, but I feel like I would.
They worship the
fall-
sun. I
They
think
do.
at least one of the gods I've
Ra.
represented. Yeah,
Ra.
Ra. Yeah,
Yeah, I have Ra.
Ra.
God,
Ra. Lady Gaga.
I feel like what would get me
That's a
is
cult.
like some kind of like group of like vigilantes, right? Like
Ooh.
vigilante
Ah.
justice for abused animals. Like
Mm.
That
I
sounds like a
would-
D&D
'cause-
campaign.
Right. And I do have some friends that are like that, that go and they protest things. I think I would like to be a part of something like that. Like, going into places that are, that have like a stray cat population and are being awful to them. There are lots of places like that in Fresno that, to be able to just take them down,
would you
physically and financially.
Right, I was gonna say, would you stab animal abusers allegedly in Minecraft?
Hypothetically, in Minecraft and Roblox, there would be they would suffer the same amount of pain that they would cause.
Oh yeah, that's very good and hypothetical, but very good.
Yeah, I would fall into something like that too, some kind of vigilante justice for mistreated
I
animals.
can see where it escalate too, right? It'd be like breaking animals out, right? Like that were like being experimented for cosmetics, something like that.
Yeah.
Then let's say one run goes bad where the security guard comes over and like if you don't take him down, like you're going to go to like prisoner jail, right? So you have to like kill him.
Yeah,
right.
I did what I had to do.
Right.
And that's where our adventure begins with our new D&D campaign that we're starting right now.
Survive the cosmetic building.
Yeah, that was fun though. Writing that script was really fun.
Yeah.
Just kind of like taking it away. But yeah, no, I think I would fall into something like that. And who knows? Honestly, if you look at, you've been in my room, I'm into the sun. So even though it hates me and burns me, I am into that kind of like
it destroys
celestial, pagan, thing. I like,
Bohemian.
I like respecting the elements. It's nice, and it's
you have a no doors policy as well.
Yeah, no doors.
That keeps the sun. That blocks the sun. You can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Wooden
have
does
it
block
there.
the sun.
I think it's easier to have faith in something that that's tangible. You can see it every day. So
Right.
That would get me.
What a way to close it out.
Although, like, I'd feel like at the slightest, like, not slightest, but like some inconvenience that happens along the way, like, oh, I can't get cold water because we're off reservation and we can only drink the well water, would fucking bother me.
Sure.
Like, oh, like the sleeping situation's like not the greatest. We only have mattresses and we only have so much room. You gotta sleep outside. That would fucking like be like, fuck this.
Being in a community, I don't know if I could do that. Like,
yeah,
I would have to be very low commitment to something like the vigilante shit. Yeah, I'm on board as long as I don't get arrested or found out. I will do that thing. But like living in a community of people, I don't think I could do that. I get so irritated,
Mm-hmm.
And the positivity, like I say I'm the group leader and I'm like trying to be positive and say there's all these benefits. So even then it would make me like to like preach every day.
Yeah, I'm sure the orgies would be fun until like someone with STDs came in board, and then that thing would fucking spread. It's like
that is
keep
the bad
rotating.
Part. Yeah, I see. Yeah,
cocktail of STDs.
That's why it's good to do everything virtually. And I could outsource everything. I just have ChatGPT write it, and I could just virtually my virtual AI avatar could deliver my sermons.
Oh my god, it'd be all jumbled and robot-y.
Yep, pretty much. That's the charm of my cult.
Yeah, I guess there's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you have to have like the TTS voice,
right?
Read it out loud to people. That'd be funny.
God.
Why, or whatever.
Greg or Bob. I don't know.
L. But yeah,
I'm in I'm in university now, and they specifically state like to not have your papers written in the GBT. I didn't even know what it was until a few months ago. Yeah, but there's people that do that for like every assignment. They're just like, here you go. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it is a tool. That's why the writer strike is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
because I've looked into it and like actually used it. Like, let's say, like, how do I make a presentation more digestible for people who are looking for insurance? And I actually looked at, like, all the suggestions he gave me, like, think about, like, age difference, think about environment, like how it affects, like, people around you. And I was like, holy shit, this is, like, actually, like, crazy. Like, you can't write a full paper off of it, but it gives you so much bullet points where you can, like, branch off ideas from.
I don't know
Track
how I would
record.
handle that. I'm glad it wasn't a thing when I was in school, and I don't know how I would handle it today. Like, it would be really discouraging to like know that other people just banged it out in ChatGPT, and you had to like write the whole damn thing. I'd be so depressed about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would use it to write, like, what, my resume, like my cover letter, because I hate writing those.
Good idea.
Oh yeah, trying to sell yourself on
Mhm.
resume. Yeah, fucking
I
hate
hate
shit.
that. I'm like, oh, someone else write it. And then it's like somebody's writing about you, and you're like, oh, thank you. I'll use that.
Yeah, actually was fishing for the compliment. Thank you for giving me the paper form.
Thank you, computer. I don't know. It's weird.
It could, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
trying to
useless.
sell yourself to a company is like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
It's-
No, I
It always
definitely
feels
don't.
so weird.
Hell, I recommend just lying on your resume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not sorry about
I
it.
will.
fake it till you make it. Unless it's like something that requires like safety
I mean-
protocols, like being a plumber
the
or mechanic. Then
president.
yeah,
Yeah, don't-
I
I
sign
wouldn't
up for
say
the
credentials.
Secret
Don't-
Service.
Yeah, don't lie about actual certifications, but like lie about pretty much everything else.
Yeah, tell
Your
them you're a
abilities.
great
Yep.
you're a great worker and you communicate well with people.
Those are
I'm
absolute,
friendly.
Down to-
absolute lies.
Yeah, you're friendly and down to work any shift.
Ah,
Even though you-
no.
That's
Even though you just want the
I
morning one
wouldn't-
that starts at 8.
that's a rule that that's a lie that I wouldn't even tell.
Yeah. I know. I'd be like, no, I was just saying that. I remember, dude, one time I was working at stupid El Pollo Loco, and like the drive-through window was such a clusterfuck, and their mics never worked. It was all crackly, and practically everybody that came through spoke Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so
Right.
I would always have to hand the mic off anyways. And so one day they were like, "Oh, can you do drive-through?" And I was like, "I'd rather work the front register, you know." And the girl was like, "Well, you said on your job application that you were willing to do fucking whatever," and I was all, "Really?" I was like, okay.
Right.
And they
Oh,
put me
jeez.
on, and I was only on
Caught
for
up.
like maybe 10 minutes, and they took me off because I dropped something. I was all, motherfucker. I dropped something. They're all, okay, go back to the front.
Caught in a lie.
Caught in a lie.
Oh, drive to Lady Loco.
My
Crazy.
loco. Chico, my loco.
Take your goddamn burrito and get out of here.
Just toss it through the window.
Yeah. I was like, I told you, don't put me up here.
Damn, food service is fucking wild, man.
It is.
You have the most random people from like ex-criminals to just like people, I don't know, just working several jobs for their college degree.
Oh, that's a separate podcast. I can tell you all about that crap.
Oh man, we should do that. Ooh. When I was looking at the stats, I was like, wow, like yeah, without promotion, unless you guys promoted it, the podcast somewhere
Mhm.
besides your family members, we have a weird community of people in Vegas who listen to the podcast. I don't know if they'll still be there in the next one, but I don't know. They're
That's a trip. That's a
there.
trip.
It is.
And this
That is
was
a
the
trip.
last one, The Naked and Afraid?
Yeah,
Wow. Oops.
and I
hit my
wonder if they're fans of the show and they were just looking up keywords, or it was I don't know, just the category they're in, and they were like, oh, Nick and Fred, I know that show, it's familiar, so I'm gonna click on it or download it. They actually downloaded the podcast.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, wait, let me pull it up. I probably shouldn't show the podcast, so I'll just pull it up for myself. Let's see. So yeah, so I like numbers. I don't know if you like them too.
Yeah.
So 70% of the downloads came from iPhones. 20% came from computers, and then 10% came from Apple computers. So we have a lot of iPhone users out there that listen to podcasts. Shout
Huh.
out. I know I'm Android, but shout out.
Hey.
Let's see. Yeah. So the breakdown is 42% Nevada. It varies between Reno and Sparks, Nevada. There's some people from my hometown that watch it because I shared it there. And then Madera, California is the last percentage.
That's
that get
Daniel.
download. Yep.
Yep, that was Daniel.
I figured it was Daniel. So yeah,
Mm.
interesting breakdown. I feel like of where the audience is.
Oh, you're breaking down the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need a market towards iPhone users that live in Nevada. That's what
That's
I'm
our
getting at.
lowest.
No, that's
Oh,
that's the
that's
people
the
we need
highest.
to
Yeah,
get
of
because
Nevada.
that's the people listening. Yeah,
Yeah.
listen to
Oh
us.
well, I have just the app for you guys called the
So every time we mention Vegas, we gotta say how cool it is
yeah.
to be in Vegas and how great it is.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah.
Shit, finding that stuff it stresses me out, but it's so much fun. I
Yeah.
like, cause like Expedia and like a lot of the main ones are basically your guideline. You definitely want to go through the airline to get cheaper flights.
Okay.
And trying to figure that out is has been funny and crazy
Just
because
drive, dude.
just drive. Cause like they'll hike up the price the next time you log in to check what the price
Yep.
is. They'll always
They
do that.
have those shenanigans.
So like you're always like VPNing it.
Yeah, VPN or just
or
their-
like
yeah,
or like clearing like cookies and caches to get the actual price. And then
Mm.
sometimes they'll be like, actually, this was actually $100 more than what you wanted and things like that.
Right.
But also doing the hotel research has been fun too. Like besides bed bugs, cross referencing for the what Alyssa linked, cross referencing like customer service and like where like restaurants are around there, like how far our walks to like some of the crazier like experiences like I keep saying New York, it's Circus, that's what it's called. Just figuring out activities from there as well, like because like there's like some activities like, oh, if we stay at this hotel we'll be closer to these food spots and like this activity, and other times we're gonna have to walk like half a mile if we don't have a car or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, trying to figure all that stuff is fun and
Well,
also stressful.
Don't let them know
Yes.
everything we're doing.
Yeah. We'll be here at this time and place. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I think I might fly, even though I fucking hate it. But it's like what, an hour.
Right.
You
That's a
know?
quick up and down. I don't think you stay in the air or like what you don't. What do you call that? You don't level off too long before you go right back down.
Yeah, it's like an hour, and from here to there, it's like $100, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, so I might
You
fly.
you just holding onto your seat, huh?
Fighting for my life right
hate
now.
it.
It is a short flight though.
Is.
That's the good part for you, yeah.
But I think because of that, it's a smaller plane, and so you're like,
Yes.
bumping.
Yeah,
Taking
it
a
would
couple of
be a
those.
smaller plane.
I hate that shit.
Just peanuts for snacks and
No.
all that.
Peanuts and pop.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'll be attending at least Saturday of TwitchCon.
Whatever,
I
nerd.
feel like.
Now that all the tickets are sold out, no, I'm just kidding.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned nerd because like I also have like one of their merchandise T-shirts, like because they were doing like a charity stream to like raise for like bigger pastures and like more ambassadors they can get. I'm like, I'm gonna get them to sign this, all of
Aw,
them.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, then that's worth it.
Yeah, at least for a day. And also, like, I don't know if our other friends that might be going, who have never been to TwitchCon, I don't know if they, like, I can show them around at least, right? I can kind of show them how things kind of, like, navigate it. Of course, it'll be a different venue, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
Yeah. So who's all coming that we know for sure? Is Dredd gonna come?
Still a maybe.
Okay.
He's not the best communicator.
We love
It's
you.
like
Careful what you say about them.
So it's always like a carrier pigeon where like I'll shoot him a DM about something and then maybe in a week or two it'll come through.
He's our wild card.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I want to mention too much names,
Sure.
but
Okay.
yeah. Some people have been messaging. I'll tell you guys after stream.
Okay.
And we'll see, because I'm really I'll try to get the head count at least mid-September at the very least.
All right.
Like, because I definitely, like, because it'll be during that week of TwitchCon, and also the week before will be for, what was it called again? When We Were Young concert. That's a huge event as well, so hotels are definitely going to be booked.
Yeah, I mean, just
And I need to nail down, like, a head count at least to make sure we got adequate room. And
Okay.
if anything, we'll just cram ourselves into 3 rooms and have everybody
Yeah.
I've
sleep
gone
on a
in some-
couch or something.
I've slept in some crammed rooms before, so it shouldn't be a huge
Mhm.
deal.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
all our-
Intros out. Aqua.
Yeah. It's all our subjects and what topics for today. What about topics?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a good discussion. I think we started with cults. We found some cool avenues into some other alleyways of the mind.
Yes.
Whatever that means. Well, let me. I guess I'll outro it out. I don't really have much of an outro. Did you guys want to give your ats one more time?
Yeah, wait, shit, let's see if I can do this. At Legion Lion on everything gaming. Follow me on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. CST, 8 p.m. PST, and if you're my time, 7:35 HST.
You just have to give Las
Okay.
Vegas time.
No. I'm at Alyssa Riot on Twitch, and I haven't been on in a while, but I will get to it when I get to it. I'm sorry.
We're both trying.
I'm a full-time mom and a full-time student, so my life is crazy.
You know what? That's what makes this podcast
Part-time
go
cat.
round. Yeah.
Part-time cat.
Part-time cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Relytan. Yeah, I don't stream all of that often either, but we try here and there. We stream on with Legion Line every week. Yeah, at Relytan. I need to get better with intros. And I need to get better with outros. But with all that said, though, thanks so much for watching and listening. I guess one day we might do a video while we play Minecraft or something in the background. But thanks for listening. It'd be fun. All right, everybody, have a good week, 2 weeks, and we'll talk to you next time with more exciting topics. Thanks a lot. Hit the music.
Thank you guys for listening. Next podcast is September 9th. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.